Duang With You, episode 1 and 2.
What is Duang With You? And why did we pick it?
Oh my god. Duang With You is a show made for me. I really have lucked out with me and T immediately followed by Duang With You.
I know.
Because these are shows for me. I'm happy you're enjoying, but they're shows for me. Let's talk about the first two episodes. Duang falls for Chin at first sight during his performance at Freshie Night and decides to pursue Chin no matter what happens. And then in episode 2, Duang plans his pursuit, which includes snacks, spooks, and stickers.
Okay. Oh, she got creative there.
But a mystery box of chocolate leads to a chance to connect sincerely. I'm really good at these.
You wrote that one?
Yes,
That's not just MDL summary? That's kind of giving MDL, honey.
At least it's not giving ChatGPT.
Yeah. Duang, played by the lovely TT.
The lovely TT, who we saw them
in
third
Your
couple
Sky.
in Your Sky.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
but I know TT from the first season of Dumundi Friendship, the series, honey.
Oh, he was
in it. And he did not.
It was TT, not Poor.
It was TT, but he did not find his partner.
Oh,
so he joined season 2, and that's where they met.
See. Okay.
Chin, played by the lovely Poor.
Mm-hmm. Formerly
Poor TT Poor.
Before you people ruined it.
Until people ruined the fun.
We were all having a good time. We were all having a laugh.
But no verses allowed.
No verse
allowed.
Insane.
Which is so funny because I feel like you would watch this and be like, it's total verse energy.
I also think both. It made sense to me that those two actors were going to be the verse couple because yeah,
I could see it.
Yeah,
they're kind of like evenly matched.
Yeah.
Even though Poor, I think, is like playing this very cold, like stoic character. He's not unlike Your Sky, like Thomas's character, but with a little less interest in like reaching out. Because what was nice about Thomas's character is that he wanted to kind of reach out to. He liked Tirak.
He did like Tirak. We do find that out later in Your Sky, but I mean, my problem with Thomas as that character is I was like, Thomas has such a likable energy that it's crazy to me that people were like scared of him.
Poor, it's believable that Poor is like cold, like
because Poor is doing like I'm a bitch, like I'm kind of a mean gay. That's like the way Poor is playing it. That I'm like, oh no, I think that works.
Okay.
Whereas like Thomas was trying to be like, I'm scary
guy.
Man.
And it's like he's trying to be Louis. He was trying to be Sammy's.
Yes.
Because everyone thought that was the rumor that he was like, he beats people up. He's also a mafia.
Mm-hmm.
T,
my goddamn T.
Me and
TT.
This is the most unhinged, giddy, crazy performance.
Yes.
Not even the same energy as like, like Panda's T.
Yes.
He's like actively giddy. Like he has had too much sugar past like 7 p.m.
Yes.
And that's his energy for the whole show.
Yes.
Like he gets giddy and with excitement. He's looking at Chin's Instagram and is like shaking.
Yes,
how
it's
excited
constant,
and happy
it's
he is.
Constant cuteness aggression.
There's a word in Tagalog called gigil, Gigil.
Okay.
And it's that feeling of like,
yeah. Which I think is funny because I think it's a feeling that a lot of like BL watchers have.
Yes, watching it.
BL.
Yes, absolutely.
So it's funny to then like have the character do
the
that,
same
be
thing,
like just about how much he likes Chin.
Yeah. And like you said the summary. That's literally all that happens. They fill 48 minutes of just that.
Yeah.
And it's literally him. He's got really cute. They both got really good, like cute set of friends that like feed into the frenzy as well. Especially.
Oh God, here you go.
I know. I'm kind of obsessed with
Jamie and Pei.
Who are Duang's friends.
They are played by North and Wave.
I'm so obsessed with them. They feed into his like craziness.
Mm.
They're playing along with him, but then also kind of like teasing him, like reading the friends, but then like still going along with it. So Chin is in the music department, music faculty. He's a jazz student, allegedly. Haven't heard or seen a lick of jazz.
Not a lick of jazz in the show.
But sure, he's a jazz student.
He's sung. That's all he's done.
Yes, he has sung. The three friends try to go over there because they are trying to make a natural, organic encounter happen. So they're walking around the music faculty.
Oh my God.
Like it's Scooby-Doo.
Yes,
like they're literally doing this.
Yes.
And then
That's what I mean. It's an Adam show.
They hear like someone singing and they think it's a ghost. No, it's just a girl singing.
She's just practicing her aria, honey.
And they're literally like, well, we got to look inconspicuous. So they just go, do, re, mi, do, re, mi, re, do, mi, re, do. Re.
It's so
but
good.
Full committed.
It's
that
so
like,
good.
that's what we're doing. We're basically camouflaged now because we're singing
Because
do,
we're
re,
saying
mi.
do, re, mi.
It was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Great.
It's
great.
so good.
No notes.
It's so good.
No. Genuinely no notes.
And it's not even like, because everyone was saying like, you guys have to watch Duang. Literally, the entire time we were watching Hitman 3, everyone was commenting, you have to watch Duang With You.
Yeah.
But it was like, we're not going to stop watching something right now.
Yeah.
So I was just like, please, I know. I guess the thing that I didn't expect is what the energy of, because I thought it was just going to be another Your Sky. Where it's like, just sweet energy. It's sweet. They're kind of falling in love.
Your Sky was sweet, maybe to a fault. Like, I think Your Sky is good, but I think it's really kind of saccharine.
Yeah.
In a way that, like, this has... I don't think it has, like, grit or grime or anything.
No,
but
it has, like, crazy energy.
Yeah,
it's
the
like frantic
energy is so
energy.
much more frenetic that I think is really funny.
They do quick cuts. They do, like... crazy sound effects. Like, it's like so fast. It feels like I was telling Adam, there were moments where I was like, I feel like I'm watching this at 2x speed. Like I'm holding YouTube on my phone.
Yes.
Like I'm watching 2x speed, but it's not. They just edited it this way that it's like they're cutting out all of the breaks. I was like, oh, we can quicken the pace in these Dumundi shows. That's nice to know. Huh.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, the episodes are going to get longer.
Yeah, obviously.
I know there's an hour and 20-minute episode coming up, which is crazy. That's a movie.
Yeah.
That's
the thing. I'm curious if then, but they still keep the pace and it's just more shenanigans.
I mean, I kind of just am on board for, I mean, I'm curious what the timeline is episode-wise of like how long there's the pursuit and then when we
when they're together.
Are we going to, and I also have no idea if there's a B couple.
I know.
Because I feel like in Your Sky off the bat, I was like, oh, the
two friends are
is
actually
like, oh yeah, that's clearly supposed to be something.
Yeah.
But I don't feel that from anybody yet.
Yeah. Yeah, I love this TT performance.
T, who plays Tong. Chin's friend with the face.
Plays Tong. Chin's friend with the face. Yep.
This face.
It's like handsome Squidward meets drag.
An actual cat
meets cat. Yeah.
It's so people that look like this, I'm like, it's kind of the same energy I have with Pond, where I'm like, you are just, but you're that's just the way your face is. That's the way your face is. How lucky are you
to live in the world walking around like that?
It's nuts. Anytime he was on screen, I was like, hello.
Yeah. And the reddest lips.
Did you have any favorite moments besides the do re mi do?
He does like a YouTube tarot reading to like be told if like what he's doing is right, and like his reactions to the reading being like, ah, like that's Duang just like screams.
Duang.
Not the Duang.
Not the Duang.
Duang just Duang or Duang.
Duang. Orange. Duck d'orange.
Screaming. Squealing. Loved it. Every single moment.
I love a big, sweet performance like this.
Yeah.
I don't know why it makes me feel so happy. There's probably like a deep down, it's because like I am so tired of like the understanding of masculinity having to be like,
you can't be.
Don't show. Let's keep the energy at about 25% at all times.
Yeah.
Like, this is the most excited you're supposed to be able to get as a guy. Yeah. That doesn't make for good anything. Life. Yeah.
Yeah.
So him being like this excited and squealy and whatever is very sweet.
Love it.
I love what Poor is giving in this performance.
It's kind of girl, you're giving nothing.
I am so curious if there's like a story or like
that's just who he is.
Just because I think Damundi has a tendency to be like, and this person
is why.
has a tragic backstory.
Sure.
So I could believe that something's coming to explain why he's so reluctant to like engage with anyone. But it is really funny. It's really, and I think like what's nice about it is like
Duang
is so over the top that like it balances really well because Chin is like just like keeps saying no at all times
basically
practically. So like I think that balance works pretty well. I loved the rain sequence. The like covering his head, so
Duang like covers his head, but then he's like, oh wait, and literally it's just like, oh, I'm going too fast. I have to go in your speed. It's so sweet.
It's very sweet. It's very funny. It's funny how hard he's trying, and the Chucky bit was so stupid. The best part of the Chucky bit is the end, where they're just like running around trying to not to freak out the other students on campus.
Because he's dressed as full Chucky.
And then
because his idea
over there like,
because the whole bit is that like I'm gonna scare him, but in a cute way, so that he thinks I'm scary, but also like think I'm cute.
It makes no sense.
It makes no Zero brain cells are happening.
It's a good Rampung reference, which is fun.
Yes. But then it doesn't work because he imagines himself like he might punch him.
Yes.
He might get punched. So he's like, I don't want to do this anymore. So he runs away. And as
Chin is very quick to throw a punch.
Yes, because he almost
That's the end of the first episode.
Yeah.
Yes.
But as he's literally walking away as Chucky, every person, all the NPCs are just screaming. They're like, "Wah!"
It's so stupid.
And so the friends have to be like, it's a costume. I'm a student.
It's so funny. I do think the friends,
Jamie and
Pei are real. Like the three of them and their energy together. We talked about it. It feels like they constantly are just like riffing with each other.
I know.
And they're not actually saying lines from a script.
Yeah.
Like they're just trying to make each other laugh. And then we capture the laugh on film.
Yes.
There's so many times where they're laughing and I'm like, I think it's just you, TT, laughing.
Yes.
I think that's
happening. like TT is making these two actors laugh.
Yes. It's very funny.
I love that because it feels, I mean, it's real.
Yeah.
I actually like all of these three shows so far. With these first, I think the first episodes are good. Sets the stage.
It was very freshman week here at Boys Love, Boys Love.
I know. A lot of freshmen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I enjoyed all three. I think it's a good spread.
Yeah, I think there's a lot. There's like three distinct flavors going on.
Who is your winner?
We're in a Neapolitan.
We are in a Neapolitan.
Mm-hmm. What's the other one?
Spumoni.
Yeah.
Finally, we've come to our Duang With You segment. From our comments, Duang With You is shot like a Disney Channel movie, and I mean that in the best way. It gives me so much nostalgia. Fun.
Yes, did we say this last week? Damundi just has a sheen.
Yes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They sure do.
Mm-hmm.
They sure do. So what happens in these two episodes, Adam?
Okay, episode 3, Duang and Chin are voluntold to give a musical performance at the school's open house, and while Chin initially hesitates, unlikely adversaries Peem and Soul harden his resolve. I'm really good at these.
Yeah.
And then in episode 4, Duang concocts a plan to see Chin over the semester break while Jamie cruises a twink at the bar.
I can't wait to talk. We have to go right in there.
Meanwhile, I'm not done. Meanwhile, we learn about Chin's not so fun family dynamic juxtaposed against Duang's warm familial environment.
Yes. Okay. Let's quickly talk about Duang and Chin because I just want to talk about this twink.
Let's just talk about Jamie first. How about we do that?
Okay.
Let's go to Jamie and
So Jamie meets a little twink who kind of to me looks like a
this
mixture.
is Mars, played by Otto.
And he looks like there's a bit of Lego there. There's a bit of PP. Do you know what I mean?
This character is
Demon Twink.
Femiana Boots.
Chaos Twink. First of all, everyone was like, there is a second couple.
Do you know about this like big is it a conspiracy? Is that the word I want to use? I don't know. There's this
Movement?
big
Discussion,
let's say. Discourse. That Damundi forces their bottoms to be femme. Do you know about this?
No.
It's like it's a criticism. I'm using that in the loosest quotes possible.
Forces is really interesting.
No, it's forces. They think the company is making them act more femme than they actually are.
Well, I was about to say, we see Yim in this episode, and he is jock bro.
Yeah, Yim is in this episode. That is true.
So that's why I was like, forces is interesting. I wonder if like this new crop is this like kind of like a also like because first one like maybe wasn't.
Well, that was a big one. I haven't been there for the whole conversation, but I remember like a few months ago, first one wore this like red shirt, a blouse.
Short, bare shoulders, right?
No, it was backless. I don't even think it was backless. I think it was like red velvet and had like the neck piece.
Yeah,
like a little band around the neck or whatever. Anyway, he looked great,
and people freaked out.
First one doesn't ever look bad.
Yeah,
let's
first
start
one's
there.
And people got out.
People got really weird. He had to apologize
for wearing a blouse.
For wearing it. I don't know what's going on. That's my point.
Well, that's the thing. I do think...
I read this really weird review. I'm not going to read it here because I don't want to give them any of the light of day, but there's this really weird review of the episode on My Drama List that, like, calls Mars, the character, a bitch in a way that I was like, I don't think you would say this about a character that wasn't a femme bottom.
Yeah. Here's the thing that okay, maybe this is just like difference in opinion because it's like I actually like that they are so expressively femme.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily think that cuz like I don't think of like Thomas as extremely femme.
Well, Thomas is the top.
Oh, sorry, Kong. I don't think well according to my notes. I don't necessarily see like.
I don't think so either. Kong, no.
But then it's like, I don't know.
But it's like new.
But that's the thing because Xenu is so popular and new is out there. It's like, to me, it feels like there are actors that go into Dumundi knowing that like, oh, I'm able to like express that about myself. If that's even something that I feel like. I'm not going to be like scolded or like be judged because of it.
Yeah.
So, but that's the thing. People always just want a conspiracy theory of like, well, there's a reason why it's happening.
I wish this conversation is so, first of all, boring.
I like having femme bottoms on TV.
I don't even feel like it's that many to be like,
no,
let's be up in arms. It's just weird to me because sexuality is an aspect of their personal private life that they are not, that I don't think anybody should be forced to obviously like share unwillingly. But also there is such a conversation around like we should get true representation. So that's where like the queer baiting discourse, which is will never end. That's where that comes from. So there's like, it's like trying to kind of do both at the same time.
Yeah.
And so then you'll have defenders who are like, well, they shouldn't have to say who they are, whatever. But then there's going to be people who accuse them of whatever.
Putting on.
And it's also way more fluid than I think anybody ever really wants to talk about.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
it's completely fluid.
Yeah.
But anyway, Mars.
Anyway, gorgeous Mars.
So everyone was saying like there is a second couple. You just didn't see the intro, so you didn't see that it was Jamie that was going to end up being like with someone. And yes, they showed Mars in the title sequence, and so we finally saw Mars. And it's truly like, yeah, he walks into the bar and Jamie's there, presumably to also just be cruising already, because like X, the owner of the bar, was like, "Oh, hey, Jamie, what's?"
Well, there's two meets. There's the first one where he walks by him, and then there's the second one where they actually have the conversation. And it's so, the tone of the show is so different.
Yes.
In these two scenes.
Yeah.
Because obviously, Duang is like, this energy, and like it's silly and sweet and goofy.
Sweet, yes. And here it's like,
it's only what's happening.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But then we don't see anything past that. So I'm like,
but the thing,
are we gonna have like 10 minutes worth of screen time?
After it in the episode, Jamie just goes back being like one of his silly friends, and like it is kind of centered around Jamie as like the person to kind of like make Duang realize he really does like him, and he's like really committing to it.
Right.
So it's just funny that it's like, that's so weird because I just saw you pick up this twink. And so I guess in my mind, I'm like, okay, you contain multitudes. You're a cruiser at night, and you're like the silly, goofy guy in the morning. And I guess that's just, it's just fluid. That's just how it is. It's just a funny choice.
So the big thing that I think from comments about the show last week were that
Duang Chin?
About the show
just
in
the
general.
Show. Okay.
Is that Duang is, and then I think this was confirmed that like in the book, he's like neurodivergent.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, when I was watching it last week, there's this like part of it where sometimes I notice stuff like this, but I don't want to call it out just in case like people get
we're
really
reading
upset.
into it. Yeah,
or like,
exactly. Yeah.
Because I don't want to, I think what TT is doing as Duang is very interesting.
Yep.
And I really enjoy it.
Yeah, me too.
But I think it's a very, very, very fine line of like infantilizing people who are neurodivergent.
Yes, yeah.
So I didn't want to say anything last week that would be like, and it's cool that he's autistic.
Yes,
because like then if it was like, oh, so you just think autistic people like,
yeah,
so
exactly,
like,
totally, yeah.
So I did feel like vindicated in that like when I saw the comments like talking about it, but also I was curious because I think like there's a way to watch the show, and I do still enjoy the show. I don't think these two episodes, are as good as
I don't
last
think
week.
These were two strong episodes.
Especially episode 4.
There's just a lot of exposition. And I mean, you're right. We are just trying to get to a point where Chin smiles back at him.
Yes.
That's crazy to ask for 4 episodes to get to that point.
Well, I mean, it's a slow burn, so it's fine. It's just, I think
because I did ask.
I think the problem with the Damundi uncut episodes is they have a tendency to just let them run really long.
Yeah.
Do you know how sometimes you'll be watching Saturday Night Live and there's a sketch where you're like, this should have ended 2 minutes ago and it's still going on?
Yeah.
Sometimes the Damundi shows, especially the sweeter ones, I don't think really Kamjira had this problem, but I think that was because it was so specifically about
yes, there was a lot of things packed in there.
There was so much to do. Whereas like this is again a show where it's like it's just the slow building of a romance instead of like fighting a person.
In a light plot show, it's a lot to ask for just 2 guys sitting there like slowly, which it is the point, right? It's the slow burn. But
but the dynamics should subtly shift, I think, each time.
Yes.
And
it has to slowly grow.
Sometimes it's a tendency of like we get these long scenes where it's like, well, something should have happened by now, but we're still in the same energy of the previous version of this scene. So it's a little like, okay.
Yes. There are 2, and we'll talk about the food, but there's multiple scenes where Chin eats with Duang. And there's the scene where he eats ramen that I think was really, really good to show the like It's a physical. There is a separation. We're eating solo ramen together, and then he opens it, but then closes it, but then he lets him take the picture. Blah 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 blah. There's a similar scene later. That's also it's like Taiwanese beef noodles this time, and it's kind of the same, but they're not. They don't have the separator anymore, but it's like the same scene almost. And so stuff like that, I did ask, because I asked some of the people that in our Discord that love the show, and like, just like ask them like what usually goes into deciding what gets cut from the uncut version. Yeah. And it really is just like, sometimes there is no rhyme or reason. Like, it's just, you got to get it to 45 minutes. That's just it. And if the episode is long, they just have to decide. Because I guess in future episodes, the TV cuts out some plot important stuff.
Yeah, well, some of the episodes, they all have to be 45 minutes, and some of the later episodes, some are like an hour and 20
minutes, yeah.
So it's that's crazy.
Those have to be plot scenes that they cut.
Right.
From the consensus that I've been getting, it is like there is a lot to get through in the first half of the exposition, but
there's more later.
I think that makes sense because it is just Shin's walls have to be broken, like little by little. Oh, I don't know if those walls are gonna be broken.
I don't think that's happening.
I don't think so
either. I think
either.
the show's too sweet for that.
Yeah. Well, your sky was sweet, and we did see some collar play. So
that was crazy.
You never know.
Yeah, that's true.
I think it's just a little. We just felt a little slow, especially episode 4. Just because I was like, okay,
but that's what I mean is I think like
I got it.
In order to, so the 2 episodes that we watched uncut to get it down to they cut 20 minutes of those 2 episodes to get it down to the 2 TV length episodes. Yeah. And that's crazy to me.
Yeah.
Because 20 minutes is a lot. That's a lot of screen
time.
That's a lot of time.
You cut the whole second plot.
Yeah.
At that
point.
It's
just very interesting. I think like I do really like what's going on with this show.
I do too.
And I'm really charmed by this TT performance.
I really like the TT performance, and I really like the Poor performance. I do think there is something behind the eyes that is deeper there, and it on face value, and we kind of joked about it last week that he's just doing nothing, but it's like the act of doing nothing because he's trying to really convey that there is such a stiff wall blocking him from anything.
Yeah.
And like Duang has to be so over the top in order to just like crack through it. Because it's like the way Duang responds to him, like giving stuff back, like messaging him, hey, let's work on the song tomorrow. Offering like, do you want a singing lesson? Letting him hang out with him all day, like after when they're taking pictures. Like for Duang, it's like, well, okay, so then you do like me. Okay, so I'll just keep going. Yeah.
Yeah. It is very funny to me, and I kind of alluded to this earlier, where it's a little like this show rides very hard on the idea that in episode 1, Duang says, give it your best shot.
Yeah.
And then that basically allows Duang free reign to continue no matter what. Totally. Where I think in other shows,
they would
with maybe that. People who aren't as likable.
Yes, exactly. You would get
as
so
an
annoyed.
Audience member, you'd be like, this guy has to calm down.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
And it's not even like it's not the like stimming that I think is. No. It's the like it's
genuine,
constant on.
Yeah.
That I think is very interesting. I actually really liked in this episode. Or these 2 episodes. I liked the going home thing.
Oh, totally.
Because he's so calm at home, and you get to see like how his family's like kind of a little weird as well, and like that's all fun.
Yeah, he's like obviously doted on by everyone because he's the baby. But yeah, they're just as like playful as he is. They're not going out of their way to play, but it's like their reactions are big. Their personalities are big.
Right.
So yeah, I think with Duang, it's just like he's so genuine with his reactions. Like you can see when he like goes like, it's because he's so happy. It's not like. It's not a crutch for anything. He's not trying to hide anything.
I thought it was actually really interesting that Chin says he's love bombing him.
I know.
Because I was like, but he is.
Yeah.
And it's so, like, I think there's just such a
he is, yeah.
We're in such an interesting time of, like, people really examining relationships in a very specific, like,
red flag, green flag.
Yes. And, like, very binary in that way.
Yeah.
Because I'm surprised this, and maybe it just happened and those people ended up not watching the show.
Yeah.
But I was surprised that people were not calling some of this out, and maybe it is resolved later and it just happens.
Not put off by how aggressive Duang is.
Yeah, because he's like, it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. Which I think is interesting.
Yeah, I do think it's interesting that the show brings up the fact that Chin is like, his friends call out Chin that like, your walls are so up.
Mm-hmm.
Like the friends are all. And even, like, the seniors, they're all in Duang's side. Yeah. They're like, we want you to kind of do this because they're all taking in how genuinely sweet he is with everything. Yeah. And it's like everyone is seeing that Chin is just so reserved.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, when we see his family, I mean, it's just one scene, but it's the tense breakfast. They're just eating fruit. Which at first I was like, oh, that's interesting. They're just eating fruit for breakfast. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, every time Chin is with his friends or with Duang, he orders so much. He orders 2 plates of shrimp for himself. They go to a ramen place. Mm-hmm. They go get this time. They go like the little grill. Like he's eating so much that I'm like, oh, I think there's a level of like.
Do you think it's an ED plotline?
I think it is. And I'm actually interested in it. I want to see how it plays out.
I actually thought the family dynamic was so interesting because
it's just another way of them controlling him or feeling like controlled. So that like, it's an expression of like, I don't have to eat like. I mean, they were like, don't eat and text at the same time, but he eats one slice of apple and then she says, "No, I think he's done eating."
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, ah! And if this is something that they're getting into, I want to see how this kind of plays out.
Yeah. I think it is interesting to juxtapose almost like Duang. It's not really what the show's doing, but like Duang is like type B and like Chin is type A.
Right.
But I think there's also this weird, like his dad is so like about like networking for his career that I couldn't, and I still don't think I know if it's like they support him doing
pursuing music,
because like they don't like that it's jazz, but that right, because they were like, you should have done voice performance.
Yes, if you love singing so much,
and then he was like, but I wanted to do voice performance or whatever. I wanted to do jazz. But,
and then he was like, well, we should get you into networking so that way someday you can work for the company or whatever.
The perfume factory.
For Kunti. Yeah, Arseni.
Yeah. But then I was like, because like jazz famously is like, there's no rules,
yes,
right? Like,
freeform.
I couldn't tell if like
someone wrote a comment. There will be a jazz performance.
There will be a jazz performance, but I didn't know if like the jazz was like a metaphor,
right.
And we're supposed to be like, oh, it's Duang's way of.
This is gonna be such a gag if like I'm gonna end up with the show.
Chin.
I'm gonna end up in the show being like, Chin's story is what truly fascinated me about the show. Like TT's performance as Duang is really great. It makes me laugh and smile every single time. But these little nuggets in Chin's life that I'm like, ooh, why is that so weird? Like, why are you doing it this way? That I'm kind of like, it's making me hone in of like, why? Why is it? Why are your walls so high?
Yeah. I think
about it now. I'm like,
I think the family thing is so interesting.
Yeah.
And I don't think I was expecting it at all.
No.
I thought it was. I didn't know what I thought.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm curious. But then there's also a level, and we didn't even talk about this. There's a level of like there's a level of Duang's dad is like, oh, Lunan, you should follow him and like make sure he whatever. Yeah. Overprotective, sure. Which I do think that actually came into play with Your Sky. That was like an element of Kong's
Everyone
character
has to protect Tirak.
Everyone has to take care of Tirak. And so I was like, oh, we're kind of treading similar waters a little bit with this character.
It was watching it felt slow, but talking about it now, I was like, but there are good morsels that they're using in the show.
I genuinely don't think I could dislike the show because I like this.
I
like this TT performance so much
totally.
Like the whole show could fall apart and I'd probably still be having a good time.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Because he's 100%. So committed to this.
Yes.
And they've started working in puppy sounds, like dog sounds, dog sound effects. And yes, that's a dog and a cat.
Yeah.
For sure. I'm not saying anything new, by the way. Everyone has already said it before me.
Yeah.
But I'm reiterating that is a dog and that is a
cat.
Whenever they redo and make like a Thai version of Choco Milkshake, it has to be those two. I think people would lose their minds because then they wouldn't end up together. But that's the perfect pair.
Yeah.
Next up, Duang With You.
Duang. Okay, here's some Duang versations that have been happening.
Stupid.
Jamie character in Duang is referred to as a warrior by himself and by his friends all the time. That means player, fuckboy, a person that goes looking for cruising and one-night stands to have fun. That is the character. I did not get that.
No.
Warrior is new to me. So that's why it was a surprise.
Because that's a clearly transliteration.
Yeah. But they're saying the word warrior, I think.
But then why not just translate it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what it means.
Yeah. North Otto has been paired maybe about 3 weeks or a month when they filmed the series.
Cool.
So they are kind of like new. And so I think that's
new, fresh on the scene.
So the theory that we had, or like imagining like TT in Your Sky. Kind of like just being put in there. Mm-hmm. So that may be in play. Thoughts on Duang as neurodivergent?
Okay, here we go.
Because some say it was fairly agreed upon, but it also hadn't been explicitly stated anywhere. Because I thought from what I gathered from the comments on the first episode that it was like, oh, it's in the book.
Yeah.
And then when we said it, people were like, oh, no, it's not in the book.
Exactly.
So I was like, oh, okay. Y'all told us it was real.
I thought they did. Maybe they didn't. Maybe
they did. Maybe we imagined
Maybe I made it up.
So there, from one side of the camp, that Duang is like autistic and has a pretty agreeable, and it is pretty agreeable from the fandom that like there is spectrum energy.
Sure.
Yes, and not Spectrum, the telecommunications company. While many fans interpret Duang as a neurodivergent character, this remains an interpretation of the personality rather than explicitly confirmed fact from either book or series. Drawing definitive conclusions solely from his behavior can come across as reductive and veer into armchair psychiatry, although the writers may have explored aspects of it. The complexity and full extent of Duang's behavioral patterns make any clear-cut categorization uncertain. So that's the thing. Genuinely, I did not feel that specific draw that it is neurodivergence from the first 2 episodes right away. And then when I like saw people saying that it could be, I was like, oh, okay, I'm like making the connections. We said on the reaction that I think in media we're used to like people being on the spectrum or how they portray it as a way to show that there is a hindrance of them being able to see and hear social cues. And that's kind of how it's utilized. So it's interesting here, Duang is portrayed as like, it's almost like very free.
Trade.
It's almost portrayed as like being free, happy, like more giddy. But it's like, I guess in my watching was like drawing more on that as like a personality trait of him. And I think seeing the family, like it's a family that kind of openly accepts him being so expressive in his emotions, and his parents also being able to do that as well. They are like very like they care for him and they like watch him, and so like even the dad being like, watch your brother while he's like at school. So maybe there's something there, but yeah, it's just interesting. I didn't quite see it right away, but I think there are, I think, a lot of viewers and a lot of like fans that are pull from that and like feel kind of kinship to that character. I mean, I'm loving it. I love every single giddy shake reaction that he has. It's almost like very, like liberating to watch.
It's actually very, I can't believe I'm going to talk about this show again.
Secret crush on you one more time.
One more time.
Oh my God.
I don't know if when Secret Crush on You, if there was discussion like this around that show. I don't know if there was discussion around Secret Crush on You, to be honest.
You're the only person who watched
it. I think that's what it feels like at points.
Yeah.
There is like a similarity between Duang and, don't even remember that main character's name. I can Google it really quick.
Miss Thing?
Toe.
There
was a similarity between Duang and I think Toe. Obviously, they exhibit their obsession in different ways.
Yes, yeah.
Toe is crazy.
Yeah.
Where Duang is sweet, I think on the sweeter, calmer side.
Calmer, yeah.
On the of the energy.
There's more of like the hyperfixation, I feel like, is the main, for me, the main cue that I'm getting that is Spectrum-like. That I think that's probably the one that's like, oh, I think it's the super hyperfixation on Chin and like, just like, yeah, I'll do anything. I'll do anything.
But also like, isn't the point of like it being a big broad umbrella of neurodivergence to be like, it's a big broad umbrella and like, and there are many things that fall under that umbrella, that compass. Yeah. 'Cause like, I think if we were like, and he is autistic, like I think that's for sure, like armchair diagnosing somebody. Yeah. But I think if like there was a discussion of like, there are neurodivergent tendencies, that's a different thing. Yeah. I don't know. It's very curious.
But I think that, I will say like, that is something that now we're opening that conversation up and like in putting in characters in media now.
Yeah. Well, because I brought up Skoy because I was like, I don't know if that was even a conversation happening 4 years ago when that came out. Like I don't know if it would have been said in the same way.
Yeah, totally.
But also that show is just that's its own special show.
That's its own
Episode 5, Duang gets roped into a campus photo shoot that leaves Chin feeling feelings, which he normally tries to control, and leaves him to distance himself from Duang. During a rowdy drinking session, Duang commits to getting a tattoo that he designed, while Chin ends up tasked with nursing him back to normal. The tattoo plans come to fruition while sober, but Chin shares the burden.
Campus photo shoot is real generous for
whatever this
was. They were like, hey, we want to take a photo for the Instagram showing like people and whatever.
I always wanted to be in one in college, and I never was one. I was never one of the people on the website.
I feel like I was...
Probably for good reason.
Yeah, probably. I was at the end, senior year. I was in our department's like photos.
Oh, that's different. I was in those too.
Yeah, but like school-wide.
Yeah, not school-wide though.
We just did one episode this week, as we've discussed.
We just did one episode this week because it was an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And the following episode is also an hour and 20 minutes.
I will say, with this episode, loved it way more than the last two. For some reason, right? Like, I was like, okay, this one moved. This one, there's development. And I can't quite put my finger on if it's because now Chin is starting to break down. We're seeing stuff from Chin's point of view.
This is what, yes. I am fascinated by Chin.
I know, because I think Duang is right away, you get what it's going.
Because I think I saw other comments that were like, I don't think it's an ED story.
Okay.
With Chin.
But more like control.
Just, there's more that we're going to discover, I think, with his family.
Yeah.
I just think they were like, oh, don't read too much into like the fruit, because I think the fruit, it was like after their breakfast they were having some fruit. So, and like I think
don't.
They're not starving.
Yes, the mom isn't just like you get one slice of apple
and that's it. Almond mom energy. I don't think so, but I think, and like him being a big eater, I think that's just part of his character. Like he just, in the book, it's more clear that it's just like, and he just always is eating. Okay. Like it's just a big part of his character in the book. I don't think it's like as clear. Like it's alluded to in the show, but in the show, there's more conclusions you can just draw from like seeing like someone get multiple meals or whatever.
Yeah.
They probably just didn't expect people to be like, hey, what's going on?
Yeah.
So that. But I really like what
Poor is
doing as Chin.
Totally.
Like I really like, it's really working for me.
I think so
this
too.
week specifically.
I was really drawn. I know, because here it's like you are being fed that like, oh, this is the jealousy portion of the BL, right? But the jealousy, I don't know. I mean, I really got affected when he kind of like gives an outburst of like, I don't like having like strong emotions.
Yeah.
I don't like feeling that I don't have control of it. And Duang basically is like, it's because of me, right? And he's like, yeah, before I knew you, I didn't have to. So it's kind of like, it plays still on the idea that like Duang is like, well, yes, you're going through all this because you actually like me. So like it's a win for him, but it's like making him feel things that he's never felt before.
But I think it's being done really well to the point that I'm not questioning what the reason is behind it, if that makes sense. Like there might be a reason later down the line that we learn about why he wants to control his emotions in a very specific way, like why he seems maybe more type A or whatever.
Yeah.
Or maybe we won't, but I think like right now I'm not leaving myself with a question because it's like being done in such a way that I'm like, oh, and now I need to know the reason.
Right.
Like it's like, oh, that's just like who he is as a character.
Yeah.
And if we find out more, then we find out more, but I don't think I'm missing anything in the way it's being portrayed so far.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
But I really like this Chin. I loved this bananas and pajamas moment.
Adam literally said they look like bananas in pajamas, and then Duang immediately says, we're like bananas in pajamas.
It was great.
Yeah. I think we're on Duang's wavelength. I think
Get out the umbrella.
Yeah, I think we're there. I think like there are but I think Duang's like personality too. It's like it is a fan's personality. Like there's a level of like the way he reacts so giddily to anything that Chin gives him is like how we as fans of like idols or BL idols specifically is like how we react. But it's not like he is like, I'm a fan first. He's like, no, he's in love with him.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just been a fun thing to watch him. But you're right, because Duang is already so clear from the very beginning who he is, what he's about, what he's doing. We get to just enjoy this like bubbling of Chin's personality.
And I think it's smart that Duang has like backed off a little bit and is like respecting Chin's request. Well, that's what he's learning, like, let's calm down.
He's learning the like boundaries and stuff.
Right.
Which I think, I mean, episode 5 ends in a way of like Chin is finally, because he's able to kind of restrain himself, Chin can kind of like playfully tease him back like, do you want, let's shower together or whatever. I don't even remember what it says. Was it showering?
He says I have to shower. He says, don't you need help? And then he backs him into the corner
and
on the
like,
couch.
Maybe I
and
do.
He said, no, that's not what he says.
And then he was like, I bet you want.
He says, you haven't even. He says, because he like comes up to him and he's like, oh my God, you're killing me. And he's like, you haven't even won me over yet. So how are you gonna win me over if you die or whatever? And then he's like, let's go. I did like that.
I know.
They're so close to kissing.
They are.
I bet it's in the next episode.
We were so close to getting all
in the next episode.
3 BLs that we were watching get that first kiss.
I know.
We were so close.
We were so close. I can't wait. It's gonna be so good. I liked to, first of all, the insanity of getting basically couple tattoos.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Chin is like,
what's happening?
You can't touch me. Stop following me. Let's get this tattoo together.
That's crazy. That's nuts. I thought the sun and moon thing was very sweet.
Yeah.
And I liked that is like the representation of those two characters. Right. Is that he's
but
the
they
sun
got
and he's
couples
the moon.
tattoos on episode 5.
I swear to God, I watched another Thai show where it was like sun and moon.
So your crush on you?
I think there's one. Somebody will comment. I think there was one I watched where they have like couple names and it's supposed to be like sun and moon.
Oh. Moonlight Chicken? No?
I don't know. I don't remember. I've watched too many at this point.
And yet you keep bringing up Secret Crush on You as if that's the only
show I've ever watched.
The only piece of television you've ever seen ever.
That's the only media I've ever consumed.
Yeah.
That's my favorite reference for everything. This actually reminds me of Secret Crush on You. I really wish... This is another show like Me and T where I wish I spoke Thai because they keep referencing the tone.
The tone. He is talking to him in like a sweetheart tone, basically.
Yes, basically. And I am so jealous that I can't hear it.
I know. I wish I could
hear it. Because
I
feel like it makes the whole thing so much more sweet.
Yeah.
And I'm so mad that I can't. I'm so jealous. And there's no way to do a translation where you like add it because we don't have tones in that way. We just would have like extra words we'd say, but we don't have like I know tone isn't the right word, but there's no way we do speech differently in order to get something across. The only thing
it's like wovey-dovey.
Yeah, which I guess they kind of did in a little bit in Me and T.
Yes, yeah.
But like that is so I don't know if that is the same effect.
Right.
But anyway, anytime they reference it, I'm very jealous.
Because it's like very specific, like familiar speak. Like in Korean, right? Mm-hmm. Or even in Thai. Yeah. Mm-hmm. There's like specific words that they're using.
Yeah. I'm very jealous. Because there's that scene in the car where she like, Yim like realizes that he's like.
You're sweethearts.
Likes him by the way he's speaking. Yeah. And I'm like, I want to hear it. Okay, we're at Duang With You, episode 6. But first...
Poor trade. Words have lost all meaning. Correct. The tone things are that Duang uses ka, the feminine version of kap.
Yes. Oh, yes.
At the end of sentences, and then Chin is now starting to we hear it here. That yes, he's starting to also use ka with him as well instead of tira krap, it's tira ka.
Mm-hmm. Someone suggested, I saw on TikTok, because from that clip where I talked about like the language or whatever, somebody suggested, it was Instagram. There is a creator. Hold on, I'm gonna find it.
Oh yes.
The creator's name is Max Passakorn, MaxPassakorn. I believe he's on both Instagram and TikTok. But he basically just takes, he uses like. He helps international audiences kind of understand the Thai language playing a role in like BL specifically. Like I know he watched Duang With You, so that's where I initially saw his stuff start popping up. Was he was like talking about that, and I was like, oh, this is so interesting, and it's like very well explained and understood. So I definitely give him a shout out. Okay, so in episode 6. Chin sprains his ankle at the big game, TM. And days later, the boys have to perform for the open house they've been practicing for ages for. Mm-hmm. During the show, Chin has a moment where his inability to access emotion, is revealed as past trauma, but they end up pulling off a great performance in spite of the flub. Finally, they agree to begin the talking stage officially and share their first kiss. Mm-hmm. And... they go shower together, potentially.
They go shower, honey. The big game. They play a basketball game for 10 minutes. Honestly,
This is a crazy episode because the episode ends on the highest high.
Yeah.
The highest high you could possibly end.
Forgave
the rest of the episode.
I wasn't like mad at the stuff that I was like, okay, this is going on. Like, it didn't like bump me out usually than it does.
I would say this is the worst example of the thing where it's like, you're just padding time. It's this episode specifically.
Yeah.
Now, I think it pays off in the end.
Yeah.
And there are things that happen throughout
that
have to happen that you have to see. But
exactly.
We get a 10-minute basketball game. We get probably 5 minutes of KFC chicken eating. We get like 2 full performances of the evil villains
of the rival
group doing the performances that will not matter past this episode.
Yeah.
They will not matter. There's no way on God's green earth they will come back.
No, Adam, they're going to come back. They're going to like apologize or whatever. Okay. It did not affect
but
any of
we definitely didn't need to see both of their songs.
Yes.
Is my point.
The dance and the ballad.
So that I think is all the like, let's trim the fat is all like there. Well, now KFC, they probably couldn't trim the fat.
But
that's an obligation.
The basketball game, you could literally cut it into a 2-3 minute sequence leading up to the final quarter.
The ankle. You have to see the ankle. That's it.
He bumps into him, and establishes okay, they don't like him.
Yeah.
Like. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is he still playing basketball?
Why?
So I know these are all probably going to be questions answered of like, why is Chin doing all of these things that it doesn't seem like he does want to do?
Well, he kind of alludes to the fact that he won't do basketball anymore.
Well, I wouldn't either after getting fucking...
That crunch of the ankle was crazy.
They used the same crunch for the KFC chicken.
Yes, as the crunch
crunch of the ankle spraining.
So nuts. That all being said, the last 10 minutes.
I mean, nothing really happens in this episode. We see Jamie and
Mars. I totally forgot.
They hook up.
They hook up officially. Yeah. Officially, which is weird because I assumed they
already did that first night.
No, the bartender says, "Oh, you're going after someone. You don't usually go after the same person twice."
Yes.
So this is their They're now hooking
up. It was funny.
Once.
Jamie is very attractive, but when he took off his shirt, I was like, "Okay, twink."
Come on, North.
Okay, so this performance. Okay.
I mean, this is like, but see, these I don't mind.
These aren't, because that's part of it.
That's the main character.
Yeah. I will say, okay, so they do bad rehearsal and then good performance. Mm-hmm. You'd think, like, right? Mm-hmm. So bad rehearsal, Duang is like nervous the entire time. Mm-hmm. He can't get it right, blah, blah, blah. I really love the scene afterwards where they're just laying.
Yes, I love this.
And it was the like, oh, this is what Chin is teaching Duang. Because the whole monologue was about... Mm-hmm. It's like kind of explaining him like tempering his emotions of like, it doesn't matter what people think, basically. Like, just do it almost kind of mentality. So I was like, oh, this is
Nicki.
Yes. Mm-hmm. This is the thing that Duang is being taught. And like now it's like, this is where the balancing is because they are teaching one another, right? And then you go into the real performance and then you get like, oh, Chin is all of a sudden like... oh, like the reason why I have to temper my emotions was because some traumatic event, maybe like he is all of a sudden reminded that like maybe he was crying and then like someone was yelling at him.
The critique that he got from the seniors who were like planning
there's
the whole
no
event,
emotions,
where they were like, just perform with more emotion.
Yeah.
Because
people can't connect. It looks like you don't care.
So he thinks about that criticism while he starts singing. And then we hear flashes of like someone yelling at him not to cry or like something like that.
Stop crying.
And he like freezes and then Duang comes in and helps him finish the rest of the song.
Basically like, like tells him it's, or like, comforts him while performing.
And everyone's gonna be like, wow, why do we watch you? I did have a moment in that, it was in that moment where I was like, oh, he has to teach Chin. Like the reason Duang is so big is because Chin is so reserved. Interior. They're going to have to meet in the middle.
But I will say that I think not that it's a risk with the way they characterize Duang, but because the Duang big energy, I wish there was moments where it felt like it is a lot that like, oh, I don't, which I mean, I guess there are people that did react that way. But for me, I was like, I'm eating everything up. It was so positive.
Yeah.
That I'm like, okay, I do wish.
He doesn't really have anybody in his life who he doesn't get made fun of for as big as he is.
Yes. Even though.
Not that I want to see him being made fun of. Although I think that's the point of the performance rivals or whatever.
Well, it's also like he cheers every time for Chin, like in the basketball cheering and then the friends cheering. So it meant to be like, oh my God, you're so loud. But me as an audience member watching it, I'm so endeared by it. So I don't feel the like, oh, I have second-hand embarrassment for it.
Right.
Because I'm like, well, yeah, that makes sense. You've explained to me why this character acts this way, so I'm not surprised when people are like, "Oh, you're too loud." I'm like, no. So, I think for me, that's probably why Chin in the beginning feels more cold and reserved and guarded, but like.
You also are. I mean, the show is following Duang.
Yes,
the show is not following. I mean. He is the other lead of the show, but the protagonist of the show is Duang.
Yeah.
And we are obviously supposed to be on Duang's side.
Yeah.
Like, and I think TT and this performance is what is latching people into like falling in love with this character.
Yeah.
And Chin, it's kind of the same thing as like the one two of like a comedy duo.
I mean, the
where like the straight
bit,
man
right?
Like, yes, like Pooin, like, I don't think got as much accolades about the show because he doesn't have the flashier kind of performance.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same with Poor here as Chin. Like, I think what he's doing is really good, but it's hard to lock into a character, or for an audience, it's hard to, like, fall in love with someone who's constantly, like...
Saying no.
He's not yes-anding any of it.
Yeah.
And, like, that's the hurdle they have to work through.
Yes.
But... It takes longer, and I do think they've metered it in with these moments, like having the audience realize the same time Duang does of like the first time he smiles, or like when he flirts back, or now that we're hearing it, like the turning the language into ka
yes,
instead
like
of
his slowly opening up is like playing more with Duang.
Yes. So I love all that. And then like the final reveal, I mean, I'm sure it'll be further explained later, but like the reveal of like there is this past trauma of like
something that has
you were told that you should not be expressing emotion severely.
Okay, all that. No one cares about the first hour and 15 minutes of this episode. No one cares about the hour and 5 minutes. Everyone only wants us to talk about the last 15 minutes of the episode.
Of the 3 shows we were watching right now, this is my favorite first kiss.
Oh yes, because we've seen all first kisses now.
Yes.
Even Cornin.
Yes, even Cornin. Yes. This is my favorite.
This is what really worked on me.
Okay.
I
can write a dissertation on this scene. It's so good.
First of all, the cat the cat into the resting
and then
resting into his neck, and fully Duang having to be like, this is hard.
He has to calm his emotions.
His emotions, and he's like, I'm almost done.
Be patient.
He kisses him and then waits for Duang to kiss him
back.
Duang
has to like slowly come
in
back
his
to
own
him.
pace.
It's
when
such a cow.
I saw TT like doing that, and he's like actively being like, okay, I literally have to do this in his pace.
Yes. And okay. God, it's so good. It was like crack watching
it. It was like watching crack.
It was like watching crack.
It was watching crack. The epidemic of crack.
He had to keep scanning his face of like, I'm closer, is this still okay? I'm closer, is this still okay? And like, not in a way where it still feels like, well, here's the thing. I think in a different, not this version of the show, there are dynamics at play.
There is 4 letters.
4 letters.
There's a subservient play
What's the 4 letters?
BDSM girl.
Oh, yes. I was just going to say dom sub.
Yes.
But yeah.
There is a subservient...
when he grabs him and says good boy, I nearly yeeted out of my chair. I nearly flew out the window. That is...
I do love that they were like, oh, you want TT port, you want a definitive stance? Okay, here you go. But he's in charge, honey.
It was... Oh, my God.
And then the shedding of the clothes in the shower, then
I think about poor TT Poor again, and I get mad all over again because we still could have had it. Yeah, it didn't need to change.
It didn't need to change
because the dynamic is still there.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so annoying.
The way that TT looked watching him undress in the shower, I literally was like. I
thought that I did not expect. Okay, so
you didn't expect any
episode
skin.
Opens with the bit of like, can I follow you into the shower? And he's like, you missed your chance. Sorry, because you didn't believe me. You missed your chance. So
you didn't think he was gonna come back.
Coming back to at the end, I thought the episode was gonna end with good boy. And then we were gonna cut and then go. And then
we walked into the bedroom, and the lighting is different. And he dragged him
into the bedroom, and I was like, "This is a show where the character just said to him, let's begin the talking stage, okay? But also, while we're talking, you can talk into my butthole because we're gonna have sex in the shower." Like, what? I was not expecting it. So is it?
I don't think they're gonna have sex in the shower. I think he's gonna. This is what I think is gonna happen.
I don't think we're gonna see the shower. I think we're going to come to the morning after. I think he's
gonna make him watch him shower.
That's in my AO3 version that I'm currently writing. Absolutely, that's not what's happening.
I think it's going to be a full continuation of like you have to wait.
No.
They're not gonna give it to you in episode 7, girl.
They're not gonna give it to us at all, girl. Not in Duang With You, girl. They're not gonna give us anything. They're gonna give us this, which is there's clearly an illusion that then they do stuff.
And they do sex.
And then we see the next episode starts with them waking up the next morning. Because they clearly spent the night together. But we won't know, how far did we go? We will never know. But they at least frauded in the shower. Okay, let's just say it. It was, Poor needs to be locked up. Put in prison.
It was truly, it
was so hot.
I was watching and being like, this is like, when people are saying like, oh, he's such a cat energy. The whole Chin performance, I was like, oh, this is what they mean. And then this is the sick, deranged version.
I am high right now. I'm high as a kite. I want to go watch the scene again. We already watched it and then rewatched it because it's so crazy.
There he is.
Come on.
Rainbow high.
Come on.
Me?
My face. Oh my God. It's so good. I truly, the performance to the end of the episode. So like the last 20 minutes?
Yeah, 15, 20 minutes.
Made it great. I did like the, I would say from the
honestly, from the talent show, or the open house that we were like, why the still doing this open house?
Yeah.
I've forgotten about this open house.
Yeah. But it was, yeah. Yeah. I literally want to stop recording right now so I can go watch that scene again. It is so, and Duang is so shot, he's so speechless. A character who is so yappy, and so ready to just fill empty space with his own speech.
I literally was like, did they shoot this it felt like they shot it 2 years later, because it felt like Duang was a different character. He felt so different, but I think it is because he knows that he needs to see Chin at his level, especially after Chin freaked out, that he's like, oh shoot, I have to come from a softer approach.
I also loved that scene that Chin. First of all, I didn't even talk about this, but I do love the theme of the show being like not great but good enough. Or wait, what is
Not that great but still good.
Not that great but still good. I love that theme. I think that's very sweet. And I think that really feels like the heart of the show. But I loved that afterward, obviously, like, Chin feels really bad about the performance because, like, he knows up. But then, like, there isn't, like, Duang doesn't go, like, what happened? Like, it's not what went wrong? Like, there's no kind of, like, let's assess.
He's almost kind of giving him the same advice back of, like,
that he had given him the day before.
Yeah, so it's like, it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter because you were still good.
And they loved you.
And that
like,
people still make mistakes.
I loved that, like, when he was like, the feeling of being on stage, like that feeling and everybody watching us and like cheering for us, it was like euphoric. Like that, I think is like, I think any performer knows that feel.
Yeah,
any good performer knows that feeling. And I agree. Next up, Duang With You, episodes 7 and 8.
Duang With You. And so ends the reign of Dean Parm's first kiss, because you were like, well, you said last week that that was was one of your favorite BL first kisses. And then literally the week before that, you said that was one of my favorite BL first kisses with Dean and Parm. Yes. Correct.
And it's important to acknowledge growth.
Yeah.
And things can change at any minute.
Yeah. Got to keep you on your toes, tippy toes.
Oh, the show is keeping me on my toes.
I know. Oh, it's so fun watching you guys discussing Duang. Can't wait for next week. Lol, I love that you paid attention to Chin making the first move and Duang seeing how far he can go because it's very important for their relationship. Always exciting to hear your takes. Poor Titi, poor forever. Poor Titi, poor forever.
Episode 7. Following the aftermath of episode 6, Duang goes on a one-day trip to the beach but gets sick, but luckily Chin nurses him back to health. Tensions rise as an old flame of Chin's, Tu, re-enters the picture, throwing Duang off his guard. And then in episode 8, things come to a head with Tu, forcing Chin to re-examine his past relationship while Duang nervously waits for the decision he makes. But following a complete rebuttal to Tu's advances, Duang and Chin are more solid than ever before, although still just at the talking stage. So they showered together.
And I just want to say this for the record, okay? I said in the last recap, they're not going to have sex. They're just probably going to watch each other shower. Girl.
They did a little bit
and
more
then
than that.
You said they're not going to have sex at all, girl, because the show
they didn't
sweet.
have sex.
They didn't have sex. They're not going to do anything, girl. They're not going to show us anything. They're not going to show us what's going on inside that shower. They're just going to acknowledge the fact that maybe something happened. Like, I don't know, they frauded.
I don't think that's verbatim.
It's along those lines.
Okay.
And they all said, no, let's fraud. Tot, I got to fraud.
This was insane to watch. I felt crazy watching
As the start
this.
of the episode, too. Picking up where we left.
Picking up with the dropping of the towel, basically. With the dropping of the shirt.
And they just have a nice shower. Make sure
all
everything
the
gets clean.
Yeah. It was good.
Yeah, it was good.
It's good. I didn't know. I truly did not think this was going to happen.
My favorite comment was...
anything, it was going to happen later. If
we were
going to get one, I thought it was going to be Very Middle Man's Love.
Oh,
which is like the last episode.
Well, I was going to say, Your Sky, they have like... It's not until the last third where they go on a vacation and then the little cat ears or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah. It is funny. One of the comments was like, Adam keeps thinking this is a GMM show and not a Damundi show.
It's more that they're so young that I was like...
I know, yeah.
But
every Damundi show we've seen has had an NC scene.
Yes, but every Damundi show we've seen had like actual adults.
Yeah, but Thomas Kong was their age.
No, I think they're
in the
older.
Show. They might be older, but they were in...
No, I know, but I mean, I think because... My thought was because
TT Porter
I think TT is so young specifically that I was like, there's no way they've done any of this. Like, they were gonna like let it just be an illusion versus like we're gonna show it.
Well, that's the thing. Tempo, William Est. But then that's the GMM.
I don't think they really did anything though.
When they alluded to it?
I mean, they like made out and like took shirts off, but they didn't really do. They didn't
show anything,
together.
but they alluded that like obviously they had sex.
Yes, yeah. Okay.
So, well, there you go, TT Poor.
Okay,
and that was Duang With You. Thank you so much.
Okay.
No, I think
we have so much to talk about with this.
We do?
Yes.
We do? I mean, I think it's more just like Chin's development, right? And like,
yes, obviously. What else?
Well, I don't know. You said there's a lot to talk about, but it's pretty straightforward. Chin obviously is like, okay, Tio's back. We get the backstory.
Mm-hmm.
And it is of the bear.
Yep.
And it's love bombing.
Yeah.
Tio love bombs him in like high school, basically. But then stops and like completely ghosts him.
Right.
And even his friends are like, hey, why the are you ghosting Chin? I thought you liked him. And he basically says like, because I don't have the patience to wait for him. I like am doing all of this, but he like gives nothing back.
Slow.
He moves too slow. So I'm moving forward.
Not. I just watched them shower together.
I mean, technically it's episode 7. And the first 3 episodes were like 3 months, right? It's not explicitly said, but like that's...
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be sophomore year now, yeah.
So it is slow. But that's the whole point. It's like, Duang will wait.
I like that I actually really like that he doesn't have a reason why it's Duang. Because he's like, why is it Duang? And he's like, I can't tell you.
I can't tell you.
I don't know.
There is a level of like...
He's not the best, but he is still good.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And having a really strong thesis statement at the top of the show, I think really helps. No, I just think...
It's the name of the book.
Chin... Yes, I told you that, girl.
And I don't know if you know, listener, that it's the name of the book.
No, I just think that the idea now that we've flipped into Chin of like... Obviously, you haven't gotten the like main trauma of like, why are you crying? This is like the precursor to that trauma.
He says, I can't cry.
Yeah. He was already in that state when he was like, do you know? Yeah, because he says, do you know how hard it was to get broken up or like realize that you don't want, but I couldn't cry.
Mm-hmm.
Here's my
he's gonna end up crying at the end of the show. And it's
gonna destroy you. It's gonna be like when we watch the show after.
Okay, I just want to talk about this whole Tew situation.
Yes, because Tew, he was explaining Mr. Proxy, he was explaining like why I'm doing this all over again because I'm ready to wait now, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, you are contradicting yourself all the around.
Yes. Well, he's a man. Here's the tea. Here's the tea on Tew, okay?
Here's the TT on Tew.
It's Tew for tea.
Here's the TT on Tew.
Okay.
Mr. Proxy.
He does this whole thing at the bar. They go out to the bar to go drink. Tew's there with his friends. He takes him over. He takes Chin over to like sit with his friends. Clearly there's animosity. Clearly it's very uncomfortable. And then they play this stupid heart rate game, which I actually did find fun as a concept.
Yeah.
As like a way to develop tension.
Chin should have taken that Apple Watch. He was like, all of you guys, I'm keeping this watch.
These people seem horrible.
Yeah.
Genuinely. Do not hang out with them.
Why are you doing this?
It's so crazy. He does this whole rigmarole to where his heart rate goes up, then Tew's like, so you do like me, blah, 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 whatever, right? The whole time it's happening, I was so frustrated because...
TT was just... Duang was just watching the whole thing.
I can't watch TT be sad. That's something we've learned about me, is that I actually physically am in pain when it happens.
Yeah.
So that's fine.
Do you have, like, filial piety for TT?
I don't think it's piety. I think
filial...
Filial
something?
I don't know. I felt like I wanted to
tell him he was going to be okay.
Rip open the neck of whoever was making him upset. It like truly, I was like, oh, I have to calm down.
I have to protect him at all costs.
I swore an allegiance to my lord. Yes. So that was part 1.
Uh-huh.
Part 2 was I understand it has to happen for the show.
Yes.
And I understand, I did appreciate that there was so much backstory given to this as to explain why a little bit, but I was so mad that this character who has no problem saying no does not say, Chin specifically, does not say no in this situation to like to this game. He knows how upset it's making Duang.
Literally.
They're in this talking stage. Not the joke, but like
it took this long to get to
the craziness of the talking stage, whatever. But they're clearly still, I'm for you and you're for me. And we already had this in episode 7 at the end of 7 because he acknowledges that 2 kind of came back into his life into some capacity. He ran into him and then he sent him an Instagram message, and he like had this whole thing of being like, it's just you and me, like don't worry about it, blah 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 blah. So I, on some level, was like, I actually think you're disservicing this character by allowing, like, you're letting the plot supersede, I think, how this character
what the character would actually
act.
do. Yeah.
Now, it is complicated by the fact that there is history and that he did really like him.
Yeah.
So it's not out of nowhere, obviously. Right. But that was, while it was happening, I was like, you're doing the... I understand
you're
why.
doing it in order to like just further...
It's a plot reason, not a character reason.
Yeah, because there were moments where Teal was like, well, why don't you just make it clear? Just clearly reject me. And he wouldn't. And I'm like, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, we know this character doesn't have an issue saying no.
Yeah. And we know this character doesn't like Teal anymore.
Correct.
And it's not like he cares about like keeping up appearances with the high school friends. Because they invited him to the band thing and he was like, okay, I'm done. I don't want to be here anymore.
If it was that that was still his group of friends, then I would understand it a little bit more. But it didn't seem like that was the energy either. Like he doesn't really like them. No. So that was the only thing. That was my biggest trouble with that episode. And I mean, it made for a lot of conflict. Yeah. And I really thought I was going to. I was like seeing red watching Duang be sad.
I know.
It made me crazy.
Is this a product of like we need one more thing before we get to the real problem, which is probably this like deep trauma.
The parent thing.
Yeah.
I think it's something. I mean, I like that it's a callback to the bear. I like that it's. Like that it lets full. There is this level with Duang where I think Duang himself is not the most confident person, right? And like Jamie gets upset with him because he's like, you're just letting him take him out there.
Go do something,
And even when he goes out there, he ends up just walking away, which then sets off Chin and is like, why did you walk away?
Yeah, but then he is like, he does those things because he's like, I want to, I am trusting him.
Yes, it comes from a good place.
Yeah.
You should have just decked 2. I would have been fine. That's the other thing that drove me crazy is like, Duang or Chin's whole character joke is this like, I'm gonna punch you.
Get away from me.
And so for him to not hit 2, I was like,
punch him.
Girl, punch him.
Girl, punch him.
That's the bit.
That's the gig.
Anyway, the other thing that really bothered me was then Duang runs away. You don't know where he is. Chin goes home, calls him, and is like, be here in 15 minutes or don't come back at all.
Yeah, or
like
something.
An ultimatum. So Duang runs over, and clearly it was a ploy, and Chin was gonna wait. Chin says, I would have waited as long as it took for you to come back. But like, there was something about it that I was like, I don't think I liked how that resolved. I liked how it ended resolving, and I liked that he cried, and I liked that Chin held him while he cried.
Absolutely. I think Duang crying and like the idea of like, I was so scared that entire time, even though I like showed like a quote unquote strong face and like stood there and like took it and like watched you do it and like had to just trust you that you wouldn't do anything.
Yeah.
Was truly scaring me. And that's why I really loved this moment.
I loved the crying. I hated everything right before. And I think it's supposed to be like, maybe you're supposed to understand that like Chin doesn't think it really truly affected Duang until he starts crying. And that's when he realizes like, oh, wow, or something. That's maybe the problem with like having a character that has like is so stoic all the time that it's a little hard to like discern what the realization moments are for him necessarily. But I don't think I would have even been as mad at Chin as a character if I didn't feel this insane about TT. And it's not even like I feel insane about TT generally.
Yes.
It's like TT crying actually wanted, I wanted to kill myself. I was like, I can't do this. It was horrible.
Yeah.
So I guess just, normally watching a show. Just
so maybe my advice is like, don't get into it. Just watch it naturally, casually.
I had to protect him.
Yeah.
And I couldn't through my little screen.
Yeah, I had some of those issues. My big thing was more about like, for me, it was less about Chin, but more about Tew. And I was like, I don't believe you that you actually want to get back together with Chin.
Yeah. I mean...
And you're just here to just cause chaos.
But I don't think you're supposed to believe it either.
He just wants like...
I think it's supposed to be like he's very opportunistic. He like... I think he like liked I think he like liked Chin, tried to go after it, and then immediately as soon as he didn't get it in the time frame he wanted to get it back, he like moved on to the next person. So I think you're supposed to understand that character is like obviously an asshole, but also like it's just whatever's like in front. He like has object permanence. He like it's like
I remember Chin.
It all stemmed from him running into Chin at like a thing.
True.
He like true. That was all it started from. Yeah. So he's a shithole. Yeah. Duang With You.
Yes, Duang got moved up, honey.
She did. She got bumped.
She got bumped
last week.
Duang. In the BTS of Duang.
Okay.
In the Bangtan Sonyeondan of Duang.
Sure.
TT cried in. That was an ad lib. That was not in the script. When
the crying at the end,
when Chin comes in and says basically
after the whole thing, and then he finally releases.
He bursts into tears. That was TT's choice in the moment because he felt like crying whilst acting that scene. So I think this was a comment. I think they tried to go a certain way with Chin in these episodes, in which the buildup of him starting to realize that his emotionlessness is troubling many aspects of his life, that leads him to need to face things head on. Therefore, he tries to finally conclude the chapter with Tew, and he didn't get to finish before and how he feels his anger, sadness, as well as his growing feelings at the time this way. But at the same time, the arrival of Tew, suddenly wanting Chin back after what has been a couple of years, plus the fact that Chin never actually reciprocated feelings before, so there really was little to miss of the relationship. Obviously, he's supposed to be a catalyst for more of Chin's growth, Tew, as a character, but truly at the end of the day, fuck Tew. We hate Tew. Okay. Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
I agree. I think if the idea is that Chin needs to face things head on, I would not say that before these set of episodes, I would have described him as an avoidant character.
Yes, I agree.
I would not have said that was his character flaw.
If anything,
in terms of like whole written character.
If anything, he compartmentalizes or just ignores. Not essentially, not avoiding. But it's just like it doesn't faze him. I mean, because that's kind of the thing that he teaches. Duang is like. Some things, it's like water off a duck's back. So I guess I just assumed that was like, nothing gets through to him.
Yeah.
So the Tew thing,
we're about to find out why, but yeah.
Yeah. So the Tew thing, I'm still kind of in the place that I understand, obviously, but I don't think it connects as well as.
I'm curious if it reads better in the book.
Yeah. I just think in what we're seeing, it looks as if. It feels disconnected. Why Chin is even welcoming the fact that Tew could.
The ironic part is, I actually think this show would have been perfect for the classic Japanese BL
2020
voiceover switch.
Oh, voiceover, yeah.
Because if you had followed Duang the whole time, and then you get into Chin for the last couple episodes.
Like my beautiful man.
And then you hear him being like, "Oh no, I can see it's affecting Duang, but I really should handle this with Tew." Yeah. Not that I think you should rely necessarily on it, but I do think it's
now that
because they're such different opposing characters, and he's so closed off. Like, it would be, I think, nice to get that, like, switch into, like, hearing his thoughts. But there's, like, a bunch of stuff in 9 and 10 that I was like, oh my god, this is so exciting to like get to peek into Chin.
So what happens, Adam?
Okay, in episode 9, Duang has a big art project and pushes himself to his limits. Duang meets Chin's parents, who feel guilty about the mistakes that were made during Chin's childhood. And then they have sex. I did not include that, and we don't need to necessarily talk about it. But
okay.
They get freaky in his bed, in his home of his parents.
They have penetrative sex.
All right. Enough.
We gotta say it.
We don't need to say it. We need
to distinguish.
We don't need to distinguish. To celebrate their new, and then in episode 10, to celebrate their new relationship, Duang splurges on a gift for Chin, but is quickly reprimanded by even Jamie for the lavishness.
Yes, even Jamie.
Finally, Chin opens up about his past, giving answers as to what all his past trauma was exactly, and how Duang can be there as he learns to let go of the past. Mm-hmm. Great couple episodes for Chin. Great couple of episodes for Chin.
It is crazy. It really turns into the Chin show. Mm-hmm. I think because Duang...
The Chin show.
Yeah. Chin with you. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because Duang has to start where he's at, and like, it's the idea of like Duang has to be tempered down, right? And I do love the fact that even here, it's manifesting in a different way. Like he over splurges.
Yes.
And like that's the lesson still.
It's in excess.
Yes. And so I love that. I really, really like that. It's like showing a different maturity.
Duang as a character is written so strongly because like it's one. I mean, he is a three-dimensional character, but it's manifested in so many different ways that keeps reinforcing who he is as a character.
Yes.
It's really good. I really
because
like
it knows that like people are drawn right away by like how big he is. Mm-hmm. So it's been really fun to see it manifest.
And we learned that Chin like saw him in the past.
This noticed
him.
This needs to be an official Station of the Cross. The connection
we've met before. The connection before the
connection and the connection to
hello?
The connection to the past. I want to say the journey to the past, but it's not a journey. But I want to say journey to the past because it's the Anastasia song.
The precursor to the story. I mean, it's like the prologue, basically.
I think maybe it's a prayer. I've known you before. Amen. There's something about like I've known you before.
There's something about the like
yes.
We have met before. This isn't actually our first time meeting.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So sisters, write that up.
Yeah, whatever spin you want to put on that, that's for sure a thing.
Duang.
And there is something about it.
Oh, like even the school project, the fact that he is like, no, I'll stay up to finish it, to paint these stupid signs.
And he like takes over.
And he takes over. Well, no one wanted to be the leader because he was appointed. He's just like, okay, then we're all staying up till 6 a.m. to paint these boxes.
Yeah.
That he works so hard that he like falls asleep basically.
Yeah.
Duang's like, or Chin like takes him home.
Yeah.
So, okay. The Chin of it all.
The Chin of it all.
So I really liked that.
I'm really glad we watched these two together.
I know, me too.
Because I think 9, I was like, we finished 9. We watched them like a couple days separate.
Yeah.
9 we ended, and I was like, that's really all it was.
Was being told like, oh, you cry too much or something?
Yeah, there's like one clip while the parents or the moms like Chin's mom's explaining to Duang,
yes.
like we made mistakes in the past, and then there's a small clip of a babysitter, and I was like, oh my god, that's it.
Well, that's the thing. All they're gonna I didn't know if he was gonna do it, like if he was gonna actually explain.
Yes, I didn't think so either, and then I was like, oh, okay, thank God.
But I will say.
Also, we were so off. So sorry. So sorry.
I do love that the entire time.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I'm excited to hear your thoughts.
The entire time. So stupid. The entire time they were having the family dinner, I was like, oh, here it is. Here it is. Yeah. Here's going to be the thing. She is lovely. He is lovely.
Is my question.
The parents are like overdoing it. And then you're like, oh, they're overdoing it. It's not that they were neglectful or have high expectations of him or even like have pressuring him to like be whatever.
Correct.
It is guilt. They are fully guilty. I'm like,
they feel guilt. However, I have a question.
What is your question?
So we find out through Chin's story that basically he had this babysitter when he was like really little who was very tired of all his curious questions. And so
abusive to a point.
Very abusive to the point of like, I'm gonna shove mud in your mouth if you don't stop talking, which is
crazy to a child.
Report it to the police. You don't need to just fire her. Report it to the police. Anyway.
I know when they were like, we're gonna call the police. You should have called
just
the police.
Do it anyway. Do both. Kick her out and call the police. We can do two things.
Yeah.
We can walk and chew gum at the same time. So this whole traumatic situation happens. And then he basically reveals, like, they fired her and then we never talked about it again. And, like, they never hugged me. Okay? I think I would have preferred a different direction for the energy from the parents then. Because I don't think they should be cold. Like, I think the direction in the first episode we meet them, where it's clear something is wrong, but you're not sure what. And obviously we came up with a theory that was not what happened, right? Like, we were like, oh my God, they made it, they gave him an eating disorder. Like, it's clearly not what was going on.
We were fully,
we were reaching. She was reaching, Your Honor. But they're so nice in that scene with Duang.
Yeah.
And, like, it is still a little stilted, but it ends up coming off that, like, Chin is defensive when they're trying to extend an olive branch in some regard.
They're trying, yeah.
And the situation with the parents, like, when you go and see the flashback and they take him to the psychiatrist and then they fire her and they have this big fight and... The babysitter reemphasizes this point of, like, you're never home, you don't care about him, you say you love him, but, like, where the fuck are you? Which I do think this is really a conversation specifically, I in, like, this, countries like Thailand, I know the Philippines is the same way, where there's, like, a live-in... Domestic
like domestic work.
Yes.
Is part of the life. Yeah.
In America, it's very much. I mean, they're definitely supposed to be well off based on this house, but like in America, it's very reserved for like a really well off family to have like hired domestic help that stays home. So I was like, oh, this is clearly like a part of it is like, let's talk about what's going on here because it seems like it's not whatever.
And I mean, the parents are also saying like, well, I'm working so hard so that way he goes to a big school, education is important,
But they're not. I wish there was a direction for their performance to be a little more, cold is not the right word, but like aloof or like something like,
or even like they may not be they may not be the parents or the parenting that he's looking for. Because if his whole thing is that I wish they just hugged me more, like, and like I wish they were more affectionate in that way, and I wish that their energy was more like we're not affectionate people. Like maybe like it might rewrites like he's a scientist or like she is a doctor or like some or like academia. That like they don't interact that way, so it's just like three introverts that are like we don't know how to do this. So it's more of like because this like babysitter kind of like took advantage of the situation in order to control the power. It's just been a struggle to break through.
Yes, that. I think maybe like I would have appreciated or like felt. I mean, I bought it all. Like, I'm not saying I didn't buy it, obviously, or I didn't understand. But, like, I think what I had issue with was, like, it doesn't seem like at this point they would have a bad relationship. Like, all we can go on is, obviously, what Chin tells us happened in the past.
Right.
But I wish maybe it had been presented in more of a stylized way, especially to reinforce, like, he was a child experiencing this. So, like, your perception of everything is so skewed because you don't have, like, an objective reality of what the situation is. You're so in your own child mind of the whole thing. So, like, I almost thought of, like, you could have done an animation sequence where he voices over it, but, like, it's just, like, the parents' legs. And, like, you don't ever see them. So it really reinforces this, like, there was still a divide between us. But, like, I felt like, especially the scene at the psychiatrist, I was like, they don't seem like they wouldn't hug you.
That's the thing. And so I think
I believe that they did it.
No,
because you say that, but like...
So the thing that yes, because also at the end when Duang is like, you need to let go of your inner child's hand, like you need to let him go. That like, that's not who you are anymore. That's not what's going on anymore. So it almost is like maybe him asking for like, I wish my parents hugged me is still that child still talking and not, it's still like in the clouded judgment of like, I'm still in this inner child moment. I'm still trapped as a child. I wish mom and dad could hear me and hug me. Like it's more of a metaphoric.
Yeah, that's a word.
Hug. Like they may probably have been affectionate, but because he is still behind the like trauma, he's still not like, no, I wish they did. And then like in reality, maybe they were, because now looking back at that first scene where they're just like, oh, you like singing? Yeah. Well, I would love to like, just picking up whatever that he might be interested in to be like, well, you should do that. Or would you want to do this or that? And like, he's like not giving them anything because he is now fully retreated that like convinced that like, well, they don't care. Like they don't listen or whatever.
Yeah. I don't know. I agree. I think like there's something in like, I think it's specifically in the parents' performances, and I think they like do a fine job.
Yeah, I think so too.
But I think it's like, I think the direction that was given to them, I wish had been more like, be uncomfortable. Like maybe if it was like, all three of you like don't really talk to each other. Then I'd be like, oh, it's a household like that. Like everybody's really quiet and like whatever. But like,
it's almost like
that scene with Duang,
in the beginning.
they're like so in love with Duang.
I know,
and it's I'm so glad they are. Like I'm really happy this is not a story where we're running
nail the point that like it is Chin, it is the inner saboteur. He cannot get past. And I mean, look at this kid.
Oh my god!
I wouldn't let him go either.
This
performance is crazy. I mean, good. Ugh. It's a great performance.
It's very sweet.
Very, very
heartbreaking.
Yes.
Yeah.
I am thoroughly impressed with Chin. I think Poor is doing a really great job because this feels like more nuanced than usual. Like this character, obviously, like we don't get a lot of au pair trauma.
It's very nuanced, but it was the craziest scene of like child abuse I've ever seen.
Yes.
Like it was like, I'm gonna shove mud in your mouth. Like I was like, oh, we're really reaching for it. It's not like she got yelled at twice. Like
I mean, like
it was abuse.
What I did like about the psychiatrist scene was that it is very much played, I would say, pretty real to like what like child psychologists and like family therapists.
We could have done a bigger bruise. I think it was a little hard to see on screen. I would have just. I know the makeup artist was like, "Well, I don't want to make it look like he's been beaten."
Yeah, I know. It's like it has to be light enough, but maybe a little more purple in the bruise. I'm just saying, it was really light. Yes,
to where I was like, "What am I blush?"
Yeah, I know. I was like. Oh yeah.
Oh, it's a bruise.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Because they really play that scene out. I think like intentionally of like this is how this is approached and like the wincing of the physical, like like that is like it's heartbreaking.
And I loved this happened in this episode, and then we'll talk about top form. But like the thing of. He like says like you have to let go of the kid, blah 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 blah, and then he appears next to him, and it's like this we're outside of reality.
We're outside of the reality because
he's like looking
physically
at his,
have to let go of the inner child.
And I love when we do this.
Oh, you do?
I love
when we do this. Okay.
I love when we leave reality.
Okay.
Like
I got a show for you. It's called Top Form.
Use the medium. Like use it to your advantage.
Yeah.
I think like I don't think really Kamjira is obviously separate because like it feels
in more
reality.
like a genre piece. Yeah.
Yes.
Because
but I
you're
think
in the world.
The other Damundi shows I've seen are so like in reality.
Yes,
that
totally.
I think sometimes they feel too boxed in by reality. And I was it's not a critique of them, but I was like happy that they felt like they could leave reality for the moment of this because it was such a tender.
Yeah.
I think Port does a great job in this scene.
Yes.
And then he like finally cries for the first time, and I was like, "Yes, this is."
I did love that he was hearing the voices of the babysitter, the parents, his argument with Dio, all of these things that like are just building up and building up.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm really impressed with Poor. And then, his low-rise jeans, honey.
Oh my god.
When he. Woo!
Him and his little walk, honey.
And his walk, mama. His juicy walk.
I love it.
This diva.
I also, So
where's her? Yeah.
That I loved the scene, mostly just because I was like, oh, conflict, lovely, with Jamie, the Duang and Jamie fight, because they haven't fought. There was like a little
this group
at the beginning of the show for like a second where they were like outside the mall or whatever
bickering.
Yes, but this was like a true fight, and then it turned into Jamie and then Kim, Chin's friend, both like telling their friend's partner about them, and I was like, this is a bridge too far.
Yeah.
This is the bridge over the River Kwai, honey.
If like I called your best friend,
if
to
you
be
called
like,
if Miranda called you to like complain about something you did and or vice versa, I'd be like, whoa. Let's pump the brakes. There is let me explain this, okay? Especially in this show, it's so clear we are friends before this relationship.
Or like, those are your friends, these are my friends.
Yes, correct.
Yep.
I was like, we don't cross the boundaries.
No.
We're not walking.
We're not on the River Kwai.
We're not crossing the bridge.
Yeah.
If you have an issue,
tell me.
That
First of all,
I'm spending too much time in jazz practice thinking about my boyfriend. Don't come talk to my boyfriend
and
about
say,
it.
hey, can you step off? I need him to focus.
Whoa.
No, you talk to me.
I thought Chin wasn't mad enough. Like, I thought he was mad, but I was like, you could have gone further, girl.
Yeah, because Chin literally goes back and be like, girl,
if you have an issue, talk to me. Who are you? Why are you talking to my boyfriend about issues with me?
Yeah.
No, we're not doing that.
No. Thoughts on Jamie and Mars' legs? Mama Marvis's gams.
I don't have thoughts on Jamie and Mars. No offense. It's fine. Marvis.
It's absolutely fine. They look
absolutely
great. It's a fun pairing. He's not that he's like super butch or mask, but he has like more Jamie? Oh. He has like striking features, but he's not
very handsome.
Yes, he's very handsome and she's gorge.
He definitely feels like a bro.
Yeah.
He really reads as like American bro to me.
Yeah.
Which is funny.
American bro to me.
However, I know you have an issue you want to talk about with Jamie and Mars.
Why?
And the English.
You have an issue. I don't have an issue. Mama, I
celebrate all language.
I celebrate all language as well. I'm a polyglot.
It's very forced.
Because it's
not.
But that's the thing. It's meant to be like this is how they're flirting is by English. But
my guess is that in the book it's way more clear that they talk.
They're
in
speaking
English.
in English. Yeah.
But boy, does it jump out of nowhere here. I think if they did more, what is Thai English? What is like the Konglish of Thai? What is that? Taglish? No, Taglish is Tagalog.
Thai English?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever the like portmanteau of those two words are for Thai. I think if they did more of that, then it would feel less jarring.
Yeah.
But it's like you get into a rhythm of just hearing them speak Thai.
Yeah.
And it's like the writers are like, well, don't forget they have to like speak English once in a while.
Yeah.
So it's like a perfunctory like, do you like my legs? And it's like, girl, just speak Thai to each other.
Just wrap your legs. I thought you were gonna say, to me, my issue with Jamie and Mars is that they are having sex.
Yes, and we're seeing nary a kiss.
And it is to us it is happening off stage.
Yes.
It is Chekhov.
It is
Oedipus.
Oedipus.
I just finished railing that.
I don't like where that went. I really didn't.
Do you know what I mean?
That.
Like, it's just like, woo! Like, it's like,
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like to see it.
It's Electra killing her children off stage.
Yeah.
I want to see the killing on stage. Show me the killing. Mama, we left Greek theater behind for a reason, girl.
Yes, Mama, we want to see it. We have the eyes to see it now.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. We've got Duang With You. This week we just watched episode 11. These last two episodes are pretty lengthy. So we just watched episode 11, but don't worry. So many things happened. It's absolutely bonkers. But before we get to that, let's talk about comments.
About Tio and Chin's storyline in the book compared to the show. Chin and Tio's story, there was no really deep dive about it in the book. Hence, everyone was shocked and freaking out when the show aired and
they like
Tio
had
appeared.
a full thing.
That this Tio thing will just pass by, but then it became kind of like a whole subplot. I keep calling it like the precursor to the main conflict, which it's just something to get Chin to like have to force himself to like address like the way he's repressing his emotions or something, because it's just getting through to the childhood trauma.
Yes. I think if you're gonna do this thing that they did where they're like, let's add a villain, because he becomes like kind of a villain for those couple episodes. I think it's smart to not have it be the overarching story, but just have it be like a couple weeks of this side plot before we get back to the overarching picture of like parental trauma.
Speaking of parental trauma. Okay, so a lot of comments about Chin and his parents' relationship. Aww. And okay, the feeling I get with Chin and his parents is that there is a huge elephant in the room. Like, they're aware it's there but won't address it. And yes, that is kind of like we noticed that. I noticed that. But
I love when RJ sounds defensive.
I know. I
noticed that, guys. I saw it.
I think just before I read the rest, I just want to state my case saying before episodes 9 and 10, right? That was when we saw it before. There was an energy that like the parents are trying, because they're like, whatever you want to do, we'll do it. We'll support it.
I read a lot of these comments and I had to reflect on my interpretation of those two episodes. Now, first of all, I think some people were forgetting that episode 11 is really where it wraps up, and you get a lot of understanding.
Everyone that commented, I was like, oh, it all made sense in episode 11.
Yes, totally. However, I also think we are
older.
And I just mean to say
that Chin is still, what, 8 years, 9 years, 10 years removed from that event. Yeah.
Right. Versus I also like look at Chin's parents as like not like, they don't seem hugely old. Like they seem like it's like, oh yeah. And so I do think there's an energy that I'm like, oh, I think I was probably giving them a little too much grace. And I don't think you're supposed to villainize them, because I don't think they are villains of the show. I think there are.
It feels misguided. Like it is a logical response to be like, let's just put that all aside and let's just move forward, past it.
Yeah.
But obviously that's not.
Especially because he does so well.
Yes,
we'll
exactly.
Talk about it. Yeah.
And like that success is like, oh, clearly there's nothing wrong.
This is why kids act out when they don't get attention, because it's, if you don't act out, then it's like you get ignored continuously.
Exactly. Anyway, they obviously know that there's something wrong and the adults should be the ones to bring it up. They're good parents but don't know how to bring it up, so compensating it by being generous, making sure he lacks for nothing materially but won't go over the hurdle. This also does remind me a little bit of like, they do feel Gen X-y in that way of like, let's just put it aside. I think millennials is that first generation that feels like let's address.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Sure.
And then Gen Z is like, hi, nice to meet you. Let's talk about like.
Yeah.
My introduction
what do you
is
get
talking.
Paid? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. What do you get paid?
Yeah.
Very good. To me, the vibe Jin gives towards his parents is almost like these are no longer safe people who can protect me, and they never were. He called them out for help, and they weren't there. So when the parents try hard to connect, Jin isn't open to that connection. This could be further reinforced because his parents don't come to any of his events, and they just send flowers via Grab. So his brain could be going, don't know why I even got my hopes up, which could be why he's so defensive. That is funny that comment was left for our last recap, and that what they explained happens in this one.
Yeah.
This is, and I think to me that connected as soon as that moment happens where he's like, you didn't even come to this event, because it's almost like that is just one example of like the ways that I do wish that you were able to come through in a different way.
I think also like these 3 episodes are clearly a full arc of the storyline. Exactly. And I think in this episode, and we'll talk about it obviously, but when he confronts the parents and the parents have the reaction, especially when the mom starts to be like, it's fine, it's all my fault. We'll say it's all my fault and we'll move on. Like, I think that is so telling. And I think it is buried subtextually in the past 2 episodes, but it's not for me. Genuinely, it was not until it was like made verbal that I was like, oh, that really is what's going on. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there was something about her saying it out loud and hearing it that I was like,
oh, yeah,
this isn't. It's okay to not get it right. I mean, it sucks. I'm not saying it's like try your best. Don't be like, well, I fucked up, it's fine. Like, but
I know, and that's so funny. There's still people that do that. I mean, I do that. I'm guilty of that, of being like, okay, yeah, it's my fault. Yep, I'll just take the blame.
Did you write any other comments?
That's it.
Is that it? Okay, great. In episode 11.
Maybe that's why I feel type of way, because I'm like, maybe
this is why RJ's so defensive.
Maybe that's why that's how I'll parent. Maybe that's why I shouldn't be a parent.
Okay.
Why did you have plans?
Episode 11. Chin performs at the jazz ensemble event.
And there's jazz, Adam. Finally.
Jazz. We've got the what's the little thing on the little
broom that they do on the
yeah. But while his boyfriend is there, his parents don't show, sending a bouquet of flowers instead.
A bouquet.
Duang convinces Chin to talk to his parents, and they finally understand just how much Chin was holding back. Later, which is contender for my favorite scene of the entire show.
Yes, absolutely.
Later, Chin finally meets Duang's family, and then they get frisky again in the shower. And at the mall, which I didn't even put in the... Yeah, there you go. It's crazy. Meanwhile, Jamie and Marvis struggle to decide if they want to be just a fling or something more serious.
I know.
I say struggle, and this is like, this B-plot is...
You're struggling with it?
B is so generous to call this a B-plot.
I know. It's almost like the...
It's so I
goes really straight to C plot. It's third couple behavior.
That is third couple. It is completely behavior. What poor TT were in Your Sky. Where it was like, oh, and then we're here.
Yeah.
It's very funny.
I wonder if it's the same. Someone do the math. Is it the same screen time of TT Poor?
I would be very interested. I don't know.
And Jamie Marvis.
I don't know. TT Poor in Your Sky is like 3.5 minutes. And then
but Jamie Marvis
smiled and I was like,
yeah. Jamie Marvis, it's like, okay, the 2 bar scenes.
Yep.
The hookup.
And
then I think we've done 2 scenes where they're hanging out in the apartment. Because one's the legs.
Yes.
And then this one where it's like,
there's like the cooking. Was that the legs?
Yeah.
Was cooking legs?
Was cooking legs.
Was there a scene where Jamie is drawing Marvis too?
Oh yes, that's right. In
so
school.
There's like 3. Yeah.
Okay, so there's a little bit more screen time, but
there's definitely. I think there's more here
nothing
for sure.
that develops in that.
No. It's very
just like, oh, and they're hanging out another day.
I'm so curious what it is in the book, because
people have written that
I understand that they are the B couple, but they have so little in the show, at least.
Yeah.
That it's like I'm surprised you felt committed.
This is. To me, it's like, okay, fan service. There's an opportunity to show people the fresh new couple that like did well in Damundi friendship.
Also,
so like, let's do it.
Can I talk about Damundi friendship?
Uh-huh.
And it's fine. And this is not. I'm not reading the girls.
Yeah.
But the show, he was already cast as Jamie, and it's the other couple in the book, and then they won. So if he hadn't won with anyone, they wouldn't have done the series. Marvis?
Yeah, I think so. So you're saying it's an inside job? Something.
It's really nice and convenient. I'm glad it worked out well. Okay. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
It's very lucky. I'm glad.
Good for them.
Good for them. I mean, I like their energy a lot together.
Totally.
I do find them very sizzling on screen.
Yes, I agree. I think they have
really need them to make out in front of me.
I know, and they won't. They won't show it. They said, no, you're paying. You're waiting for when they do their little OnlyFriends.
And so for
green
Damundi,
flag, red flag.
Yes.
Show.
So Damundi, we're gonna get their show in 2.5 years. I think
3 years maybe.
Great.
Okay.
That was the plot.
So let's talk about families.
I think this scene.
Mm-hmm. This is kind of all I want to talk about. This scene.
Truly,
the scene with Duang's family is very sweet, but it's
very sweet.
It's very much just like a reinforcement that like what Duang's influence is genuine, that it's sweet.
And I honestly liked how Duang introducing his family was placed in the show.
Yeah.
Like, I like that it comes after he
exactly.
starts to rebuild the situation.
Yes, I didn't want it to be like, oh, look
at what I have and you don't.
Or for Poor being like, why can't we be a normal family, like Duang's family?
Yes.
Because then it becomes about Duang and not focused on,
let's solve the issue.
The three of you have to
yeah.
solve something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I
thought it was very lovely. I think Duang's family is. I love the woman who plays his mother. I just think animated. She's so funny.
It's not quite the same energy that TT is doing, but it feels like you are the son.
Same family.
Yeah, that. I could see why you were taking that in.
It is so genuinely. It is so funny to me how calm of a character Yim is playing in this. Because again, my only frame of reference for him as an actor is Middleman's Love,
where he was screaming the entire time,
peaking the audio for sure. Anyway, that's all.
Very boys love peaking, screaming at the audio.
Yeah, screaming at the audio. Yeah.
Yes. And to our listeners,
let's talk about the parents. Let's talk about the scene.
Let's talk about the parents. Let's talk about the scene. Okay, they don't show up. The texting. Didn't you love the flowers? And the response of like, please come. I need to talk to you.
I have to see you.
I have to see you. Now, the talking about it did seem a little also set up like, but I do, because it's like they come in and are like, what did you want to talk about? They didn't even get to sit down. It was like, you just walked in. I haven't even put my purse down.
It's so funny because we're watching the episode and I was so aware that Duang was in the room.
Yes.
And I was like, oh my God, Duang, please step outside. Like,
I know.
Let them have this moment to themselves. This is so private. This is so intimate. And then it all pays off when obviously like Chin falls apart.
He comes in and he like saves him. And he literally just he really boils it down to just the simple like this is all he wants. He just wants to be like held.
He had to like literally show them to their face what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
And then obviously they did it, and like I am also very glad that in the later scene Chin's like it was a start. It was a beginning. There's something it feels like there's a actual path moving forward now, which I was like, I'm so glad that it wasn't, they weren't trying to like
it really
make
isn't
it really easy.
Yes, yeah. It really wasn't like, because I was afraid that obviously they would get defensive in the way, and they do a little bit, but then I think when Duang does come in and kind of like pleads, it's like, it's not, he doesn't hate you. Like he doesn't hate you or he doesn't blame you. He just needs you. There's a difference in that. And I was like, I thought it would be like interesting if like the parents kind of admitted that like, I'm not good at this.
That car ride home had to be weird.
That's what I was saying. I was like, did they like, girl, let's pull over because I need a drink. What the hell are we doing?
They went to the bar and saw Jamie hitting on Marvis.
Yeah, like all these fucking twinks everywhere. We should have homeschooled his ass. What the hell? I do think that it does kind of like, I don't want to say they get off easy, but they do kind of, when they see, oh, he just wants to be held, then they're very touchy-feely. So it was almost like you were always kind of capable of this. You just didn't.
But I think I think they make the point so well in the dialogue of like, you were doing fine.
Yeah.
You were such a good kid.
Yeah.
Like, why would we? And I think, honestly, and I know if I was 20, I would not be on the parent side at all.
Right,
I would be like, and they're evil and they deserve to die.
Yeah.
But
I've been there too.
I was glad they were written where it was like understandable as to why they would not break that to be like, let's get you help because clearly you're not struggling.
Yeah.
Like you're distant and cold. Is it just you're a teenager? Is it
like,
is it,
totally.
What is it?
Yeah.
And like, yes, it's on them that they didn't try to ask questions and figure out the next steps. But I think many parents with gifted and talented children are like very uncomfortable with anything that has to do with like stopping to take a look, an overview of what's going on.
Yes, so there's like an admittance of like, oh, he isn't. I do have to quote unquote worry.
Yes, you still like. There should be just as much concern and care for the good kids as there are for the quote unquote bad kids. Yeah. But I think many parents struggle with that.
Totally.
Because it's...
I do think there is a moment in life.
Listen to us talk about parenting.
I know,
right?
What
the we're talking about.
I do think there is a moment in life where as children, you all of a sudden start seeing your parents as fellow people and not parents. Like you make the connection, you realize, oh, like if I was in that situation, I probably would make similar mistakes because I'm just basing it off of judgment.
Yep.
That of what I had at the time, what the circumstances were. And so I think as a viewer, I think I just couldn't get that out of my head, Kylie Minogue. That
great.
I kept seeing it eye to eye from both sides.
Yeah.
Because Chin wasn't doing anything wrong to the parent side, and then the parents were giving everything that Chin would have wanted.
Yeah.
So it's like, but it's the thing. It's the true elephant in the room. Like that really ends up being the problem. And like, I'm excited to see like what comes off of what. But and I am really happy that Duang was instrumental in it because I was afraid that like they were just gonna have Duang kind of be a savior in some moments.
He's not.
But he's really
he has
not.
A very sweet, tender moment in this, but it's really the three of them.
He's not chastising them.
No.
He's not because I was afraid that was what it was gonna be.
I was too.
Yeah.
It still like has an air. It still has an air of respect. Like even when Chin gets mad and starts lashing out,
I know he can't do it fully.
He doesn't go like you psycho bitch.
Yes,
like he doesn't like he doesn't go crazy.
Yeah.
Like obviously they're uncomfortable with the fact that he's speaking to them like that because he's never done this before. But I actually like that. I think the kind of most important thing that I think is like Duang teaches him to like advocate for himself.
Yes.
And like I thought that was like a really beautiful kind of lesson that Chin learned as well, which is like you could understand why the parents wouldn't know or like would be a little more blind to what he was feeling because he wasn't saying these things.
Right.
And obviously there's give and take and like they are parents and he was a minor, so blah blah blah, but like I was appreciative of the fact that the lesson was not just the parents have to do better, but also he was like, I also need to be more vocal and like strong in defending myself. Yeah. I loved it. I genuinely loved the scene. And the moment when Duang steps in, we watched it twice because I was like so moved by how TT performed.
He's just like, this is all he wants. This is all he needs. Just trust
And
that.
it's just like, it's not scolding. It's like pleading.
Yeah.
Ugh,
it's
so
that
good.
connecting of like, he needs you.
Why were they getting freak nasty at the mall? That scene was so great. Do you know, by the way, did you see what the girlies were saying?
There's
the shower scene.
They
filmed a full cut that they did not put in the show because
they go in the bed, right? They like take it out of the shower
because TT and Poor, when they like screened the episode, were shocked that it ended.
Oh,
so I need anonymous.
There's something,
the hacker group. I need y'all to lock in. I need those files.
Find that file in the cutting room floor
and release them.
Yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, release them.
I didn't want to hold an actual kitchen knife because I'm sitting very close to RJ, so I didn't want to, just in case. I mean, we have to use this footage, so I'd incriminate myself, obviously.
Yeah. That's what he wears?
It was every episode. You didn't see?
Yeah. This was Duang's outfit.
I should have, in retrospect.
Bananas and pajamas.
I should have done bananas and pajamas.
We should have both done bananas and pajamas.
But when I was buying it, the day of our move, by the way, I don't know if you knew, while we were moving, I was like, oh shit, I have to buy these. I literally was like, what do they wear? What is an iconic
Duang
look? And so this was the only thing I could think of in that moment.
Mm-hmm. But yes, bananas and pajamas for sure. Would have been. But we did it. We watched the finale of Duang With You.
We finished Duang With You uncut on iQIYI.
Let me get my readers for... Okay. A lot of Dumundi stands that watch Boys Love, Boys Love. A lot of Duang stands, right? A lot of Duang With You fans. We have... And I think our sisters of Fujoshi Mercy are have an affection towards Dumundi because they filled this comment doc with Dumundi.
Great.
Okay, this is the last time we'll talk about Duang ever. So let's make it count. Again. About Jamie and Mavis.
Okay.
There are 2 different books. The first book is Duang and Chin, and the second book is Jamie and Mavis.
Okay.
In Duang and Chin's book, the parents aren't even part of the plot line. Even Marvis was talked about later in the book, where Wave mentions Jamie left for some time. I think Theo also didn't have that much plot in the book. Yes, I saw that. He was relatively a minor character. They existed mostly as a part of a broader university group. They pop up here and there, but they don't have a massive standalone storyline. They were just initiatives to keep the plot interesting to show run for 12 episodes. From my understanding with Jamie Marvis is in the novel, they basically have their own side story away from the main novel, and I think Marvis doesn't appear as early as he does in the show, so I think they pulled the Jamie Marvis scene to basically introduce North Otto as an upcoming pair. Kind of the same vibe of TT Pour in Your Sky. Mm-hmm. About Yim. Yim was also very calm in Cutie Pie.
Oh, okay.
I was shocked, but I loved Yim in Churmchi. That is their current show.
Yeah.
It is currently airing in another role where Yim plays a high-spirited character.
Great.
Roles where he plays support roles tend to be more of the calm roles. Like his most recent cameo in Love Upon a Time. About Dumundi friendship. This is what I'm telling you. The Dumundi nuns.
We brought up a lot of stuff last week.
We did. Dumundi friendship is basically just a highly produced public showcase of their new talents. It's obvious that the matchmaking aspect is just for show, but I enjoy it nonetheless. I merely play along and suspend disbelief. I mean, that's kind of how it is for every kind of like reality show.
They're all rigged.
Yeah.
Rigamoris.
About the parents. Here we go.
Which ones?
I guess we'll find out. I feel like it's very easy for viewers to look at Chin's parents and immediately brand them as evil, neglectful, bad, or push them aside. And maybe because I'm older, fellow millennial here, hello.
Hi, Diva.
Y2K, we went through it. But I feel the need to look at the bigger picture and look at the actions that were shown. To me, the parents aren't flat out villains. Neglectfulness and absence isn't intentional, though it is a big factor of why Chin is the way he is. I can go on forever about why I don't think the parents are completely evil, but did make mistakes in raising Chin, but I think you guys already know. Anyways, I do like that Chin had to confront his parents, and that entire scene played out, had them to come to a resolve instead of just pushing the whole thing aside.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that Chin made it clear that this wasn't a fix, it's just a step in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, my wife and I are pretty much the same age as you two, and our interpretation of Chin's parents is also more forgiving than a lot the fandom discourse that I've seen online.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, we were just talking about the dads in Until We Meet Again, and like, yes, definitely still unforgivable what they did. There is still like a human moment that when they like do the red string, like it feels like it is a step in the right direction. Yeah. But it's also that thing of like, it's too late anyway to do anything.
Your kids shouldn't have to die for you to learn a lesson.
Exactly. So
that's not what happened here.
That's not what happened here.
But yeah, okay, but
hello. Yes, yeah. But yeah.
Okay, Duang With You, episode 12.
Duang. I love how Pei says it. Duang.
After a honeymoon trip to Fukuoka, Japan, Chin performs a solo again at Freshie Night with a song he wrote for Duang. He also adopts a dog. Jamie introduces Marvis to everyone while continuing to assert he's just a warrior, not a lover. And Tong and Pei have something going on?
Sure.
Maybe?
Sure. This was giving like a mama, stay tuned.
Now let's talk about...
in the next generation.
Let's talk about finales like this.
Okay.
Nothing happens. This finale...
This is a celebration.
This finale, the entire finale, is the denouement.
Yes.
It is... We are not questioning, are they together?
Yeah.
We are not left with any questions about the conflict throughout the show, which it ended most recently, obviously, with the Chin parent thing. This is basically a special episode, especially because they go to Japan.
It's very Your Sky of Us.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do not think this is a bad way to conclude a show.
I don't think so
That's not my
either.
insinuation. But it is not, there's not much
fruit
on the tree to talk about.
Yes, yeah, there's not much going on.
There's a lot of great, cute scenes.
Yeah. Were there things that you would have wanted to keep from 11 to go into 12 to maybe hold off? What dramatic tension would you want in order to feel some?
I think you
not saying you didn't feel anything here, because
I think you probably could have held the
parents
to the first half of this episode. Like it could have been through 11, take the, like 11 ends with Duang being like, you have to talk to them.
So then, okay, now to backtrack to what we were saying last week, would you then have wanted the Duang parents to happen first? And then rather than, maybe not like, oh, I'm bitter that my parents aren't like this, but
yeah, I still would not have wanted like
that energy.
Why aren't you like that?
Yes, but more of funneling down to Chin, like, what is it that I want for my parents? And by seeing what Duang gets from his parents, it's like, oh, it is more like that. I want to see them. I want them to see me. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, it could be anything. It also doesn't have to be the parent plot. It could be a standalone episode 12 conflict by itself, which is like low stakes, right? Yeah. Like deeply low. There's no conflict in the episode.
They don't have anything left in the story to be like what it could have been. I'm like,
right.
It couldn't have been a school thing because it's technically a new year.
Yeah.
It couldn't have been. I mean, it wasn't a Tiu thing because Tiu showed up and they were like,
I have
he's
to be
moved
honest.
On.
I really liked the episode.
I liked the episode a lot too.
So I'm not trying to say like, oh, this sucked, but it just there's not a ton that happens.
Yeah.
And it is crazy because in all the other weeks, especially with Duang With You, there are like 4 things that happen per episode.
That's true. Yeah.
Whereas like this one is, I like wrote that he performs at Freshie Night and they went on a trip to Japan, and I was like, is there anything else?
That was kind of it.
And I understand that they're kind of taking probably the end of the book.
Right.
And just being like, and then the
But that's the thing. I was asking earlier in Uma, like, is it just better to just have this lap at the end to being like, and thank you, and thank you, and thank you, and thank you. There's the show.
See, I liked, with Uma, I think I think it probably is stronger to end the beginning of the episode with the overarching conflict, so then you can just use the back half.
It's like a mini.
This was like a 72-minute episode. So
yeah.
I don't know if I need 72 minutes of conflictless conclusion.
Here's what I wished. I wish in Fukuoka there was something where at first your wig keeps popping into my frame, and I first thought it was like, oh, there's a red mark on the camera that like the battery's low. No, it's just your wig. It's your
my wig.
Wig.
A single mom.
I wish there was something in Fukuoka
who loves their kids and never stops.
I wish there was something in Fukuoka other than, them rubbing fronts again.
That was fine. I want to be clear. Liked
I'm okay
all
with
that.
I wish there was something that like, are we going to be serious? Because but then I'm thinking as I say that, is that counterintuitive of what makes this relationship special, which is like, it's not serious. The reason why it works is because they're able to enjoy each other and not feel like
they're just so good for each other.
They're good for each other. There's no expectations for the other person. Because like for Chin, that's what he's been dealing with his entire life with his parents. Doesn't make their expectations. So
yeah.
But I wish there was something that could have been like, hey, are we really going to do this?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I do think it is difficult, I think, to thread the needle in that aspect, especially with a full episode like this where your audience really doesn't want to see anymore. Like, I wouldn't want any miscommunication. I wouldn't want a stupid jealousy thing. There's like one moment where Chin sits on Duang's lap because a girl stumbles onto him.
Drunk,
and that's funny. That's not conflict of the episode, but I did like that moment. I just don't. It's hard because you're really limiting yourself on what your audience also just wants to see.
Yeah,
and I will say probably 90% of people who are going to comment are going to be like, "This is exactly how all
exactly what I wanted."
So that's fair enough.
Yeah. I didn't necessarily. I'm like, oh, I wish
wasn't mad
something.
about it.
No, it was just like, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I just feel like in all of the finales that we've seen this week,
which were 3 technically,
this was the calmest one.
Yes.
And as we get into where we put this and our pros and cons of this show, there are moments sometimes where I'm like, are they just kind of like lavishing in this whatever to kind of give us how beautiful and the chemistry is and it's very sweet? Or do we need to pick it up in some aspects? I didn't feel that in the finale, shockingly enough, that I didn't feel like, oh my God, this is dragging on. I felt that in other episodes sometimes. But in this one, I was really like, yeah, no, this does feel like just a nice celebratory lap of.
It's for sure. Yeah, it's a victory lap.
Yeah.
Of an episode, for sure.
Okay.
Do you want to do your pros and cons? I did like that.
Pros.
Great casting.
Great casting.
Great cast.
Duang and Chin are perfect for TT and Por.
I completely agree.
It's almost kind of like...
It's unfair.
It's almost crazy that I'm like, your first show out as a lead.
Because my thing with your Sky was I was like, I don't really buy that Thomas is scary.
I don't buy that Thomas is like mafia boss. Yes. The way they're making him look like.
He's supposed to be, yes.
So it does kind of feel like, oh, they had the script and they fit it up. But I do think because your Sky was crazy to say early, because that was just a year ago, right? Like early,
a little over a year ago.
Yeah. But it does feel like since then, Kimjira, they were able to find what makes the characters fit Kang and Namping. And then now these two characters definitely have TT Por in mind.
Yeah.
So it feels like there's a huge lift in their pre-production of some kind in order to make sure, is this story and are these characters really the right fit for these actors and vice versa? And I felt like they did that here. Whether that's I don't know. It just feels like they're so intermeshed. I think the show riding on Duang's energy and then guiding you into Chin's very emotional story crafted so well.
The roller coaster of the show, I think, is really smart.
Holding
out the like why Chin is the way he is for so long. Because you get to a point, if you're willing to accept the show for what it is at first, which whatever. If you're not, you're not. Whatever. Yeah. We're not talking to you then. But like, if you're willing to accept like, oh, that's just how Chin is, and then later find out, there's a reason why, and they're actually going to get into it. I was like, oh, that's
because I do think thinking back, Your Sky. I wish Your Sky had that of like more of like a deeper character study. They felt a little bit more like I think these are nice boys that they're going to end up together, and this is their situation.
Yeah.
Which I actually think might make it a great Japanese BL adaptation because it's such a. Not stock isn't the right word, but it's such a simple
Your
story.
Sky, I think, is going to be really good for Japan as long as like the chemistry is really good because I think they're going to like snap it up faster. This is my big thing with Damundi.
This
Kemjira had, I think, less of this problem of the three things we've watched from Damundi.
But I do think the subject matter helps in Kemjira because
and there's so much meat.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
You can't expect the same real estate in time when the story is very simple.
Yes.
And even though, this is the deeper, like the Chin character is a much deeper character that I've seen.
Right.
It's still fairly simple. No one's...
Right.
There's no curse.
It's not complicated.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. It's just...
So,
I
that
think is like my biggest thing with Damundi.
Here's what it truly is. I think the scenes are actually well structured.
Yes. Well shot. I
think they're beautifully composed.
Shot. Yep.
I think their coverage is incredible.
Yes.
They have like 12
cameras.
12 cameras for every episode. I mean, it's crazy how much coverage they have.
And they have light at every angle.
Everybody always looks great. Blah, 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 blah. They have to do something about their editing.
They got to cut 20 minutes.
They have to cut. It's not even 20. It's like they of all of the Thai BLs have the biggest issue with like person says a line, finishes the line, beat, switch camera to other person, takes a beat, then responds to the line. Or has reaction and then responds. Like it's like fully like people don't talk quickly. What's her name? Who did Gilmore Girls?
Yes.
She would die.
Amy Sherman-Palladino.
Amy Sherman-Palladino would absolutely die in Damundi.
Oh my God.
I know. Wow. It would be incredible.
Yeah.
So like that, I think is like their biggest crux right now. It's the biggest issue they have to overcome. But like genuinely apart from that, because even like when I was like,
if you
going
don't care,
through the
if you just want to watch, if you just want to look at pretty people, and if you just want to look at them smile and cry, whatever, this is perfect.
When I was thinking about the episodes, I was like, I don't even know if there's like, I would have like, I think you probably could have just shaved down all 12 to be closer to like just like 50 minutes.
Yeah.
And I think that probably would have been.
There's
not like an episode that I was like, I would fully get rid of that or whatever. Like there are specific like small plots or small scenes that I would probably just take out, but it's not like, and then like episodes 3 through 7, what's the point, right? Like it's not like whole blocks of episodes. It's
there
just
are just certain scenes where I'm like,
I mean, a 20-minute basketball game is crazy.
The 20-minute basketball game was crazy.
And I actually think they're worse than GMM when they're like excited about how their cameos are. They're so excited about their cameos.
Here's the thing that sometimes I struggle with cameos and stuff.
Yeah.
It does feel very exclusive.
It is.
It doesn't feel like, because I'm not fully in the mode. Yeah. And like, if you're not in the full, like, everyone, all the generations, it sometimes makes me feel like, oh, okay, well, I'm sad that I don't get the excitement of that cameo, but like, which I guess in aspect is what a cameo means, right? Like a cameo is like, if you recognize that person, that's great for you. Yes, if you don't, it's still fine.
I think, and I would actually take out the last performance by the band from episode 12.
Oh, okay.
Because I felt like that we are non-Thai people watching a Thai show. So like that means more to them than it does to us. Yes, but that's not that's not their issue, right? Totally. Like that's fine. It's more like, especially the basketball episode, but like here's everyone we got to square off with one another, and it's like, I understand that you
yeah.
all think this is witty and clever,
Yeah.
and it's fun. You have a stable of
You
stars.
you have
a
5
roster.
generations of
So
of,
you have people
of
that you
people.
can't actually just be like,
Yeah.
we own your contract, show up on this day
Yeah.
for this shoot. But it's like just for its own sake.
Yeah.
And not for like, and they're also doing something in the scene. I think that's like the other part
Right.
that annoys me. It's just like,
But that's the thing. I mean,
look
like,
how cute.
because we do come for these BLs more in like we're just seeing the show as it is and not the whole industry around it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what is hard sometimes, and like not even saying that like that's wrong or anything. It is just we're just not part of it. So
Right.
or like as enmeshed in it as we want.
Yeah.
Listen, if TT Poor want to talk to Boys Love, I will happily.
And I'll wear this again.
I will happily.
Right to TT's face. I will put this wig right back on my head.
I will happily learn every single name on that damn Dumundi roster. Absolutely. But until then, yeah, it's not like it deterred me from anything. It was more just like, okay, well,
Yeah.
I missed that. And there's just a little bit of FOMO, but like,
Yeah.
oh well. There are times where I feel like I liked some of the things in Your Sky better than Duang, but I think in Duang, the character work is so much more deep and like
It's just clear.
and
Coherent,
clear
yeah.
and coherent and rich than in Your Sky, where it was just very simple, very sweet.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think TT Poor are great. There was something with Thomas Kong that clicked for me more a little bit.
Really?
Even though I think TT Poor are great, I think I like them individually. Like TT's performance is Duang.
So good.
Poor's performance is Chin. Juxtaposed to Your Sky, where I liked any time Thomas and Kong were together. So it was like I was a fan of them as actors here, and then in Your Sky I was a fan of the chemistry more.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just, for me, it's like when one show lacks, the other one kind of boosts a little bit.
Yeah.
All that to say.
Ready?
Shit. 1, 2, 3, A. I think it's one A. Maybe an A minus.
Maybe an A minus. If we were doing a full scale, yeah.
But I think it is still an A. I think that it is. I would recommend this show to people.
I would too.
If I'm like, you just want to see 2 cuties figure out if they're right for each other.
I think
watch
it's also
Duang.
a really good representative of like what Thailand is really good at.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a good mix of like silly and like the friendship banter is immaculate. It's so good. Like Jamie and Pei and Duang are so good.
Yeah.
This unit is so good.
Mm-hmm.
And when it gets to the melodrama, quote unquote, it's not even that melodramatic, but like it feels rooted, it feels grounded.
Yep.
It's like Duang is insecure. He doesn't want to embarrass Chin, with his like singing and dancing. And then Chin is the whole family thing. So
I think I would rank this higher than Your Sky, but I think this is more my bag. Which was weird because I also I did love Your Sky.
Yeah, but it's so funny because there were more moments in this show, in the reactions, that like any little thing you were like adrenaline boost. Yeah,
especially when Poor started smiling, I was like, oh my god!
I know the end of the show was kind of just like.
And they just like started kissing each other. Like, and not even like, I'm not even like, not NC kisses, just like regular sweet, like
the
sniff
kiss.
Oh my god.
The sniff kiss ratio.
Yes. Especially in the show. Yeah.
Is great.
So good.
Love it.
I loved it. I did. I really did love the show.
Yeah.
I had such a good time watching it. I think TT specifically, I think Poor is really good in this, but like TT has the flashier role. He's so perfect for Duang. Like he really gave me, is he Damundi's 4th?
Okay, let's think about this. He sings, he dances. He sings. I don't know if he's much of a dancer.
No, he's a dancer. I think he's like their dance line.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, he's a singer, he's a dancer, and he's a very natural actor. That's what I love about fourth. Is that it
Yes.
feels like, are you acting or are you just this person?
And it's so there's just charisma oozing out of like
Yes.
every pore.
They're like, I would
He was
say,
so much weirder in this than I think
Right.
any of Fourth's
fourth
roles
characters.
have been.
Yeah.
But
Even Mix Up?
Mix Up is so strange. I watched like
The
half
Mix
of
Up-
it.
the
Mix Up was mixed up.
Mixed Up Ty was
Mix
Mixed
Up
Up.
is a great example of a show where with a great straight B couple. Shout out to Chokin.
Shout out to Chokin, mama.
Shout out to Chokin.
Your last one before you're about to ride the Aston train for the rest of your life.
And
honey.
I'm on board, honey. Choo choo.
Choo-choo. Yeah, maybe there's a bit of this fourth-like energy there. Absolutely.
Yeah. I just think, he's like really natural on screen.
And you know what happened to fourth?
He's really natural on screen.
Fourth is hanging a little too much with Lego, and now fourth's open to everybody, honey.
He is really natural on screen, as I've said now for 3 times.
For 3 times.
And yeah, there was just something about it in 12 that I was like, there's something in the eyes.
Yes, yeah.
Just behind the
Very
eyes.
connected.
The way, he like, it's fully dropped in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think in the beginning there was a little bit of like, I'm acting, I'm performing this, but as the show goes on and Duang has to be more grounded to be support for Chin.
Yeah.
That's when you're like, oh, this is a real person.
Yeah.
Because I think that was obviously like a lot of people's criticism in the beginning. It's like Duang is
He's so big.
he's so big. I can't believe that this is a real person.
Right.
And then like as soon as you get into Chin's part of the story, it's like, no, that's how this person acts in real life.
Yeah.